That's us. Let's go.
Wow.
Oh, wait. We're on the wrong screen. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey. I almost did it. Damn it. God. One intro I could get through without boomering it someday.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
You were there.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't want to fly too close to the sun. All right, you got to stay right where you are.
Give it worse. I mean, at least your computer didn't freeze right in the middle of your intro.
Well, there's still time.
Yeah,
there's still time.
45 minutes of intros, so you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, Benny, that was a very intimate kind of eating of a burger that we saw right there. Like,
yeah.
Did it feel good?
That's for my OnlyFans channel called food.
Big hog.
Call it in and out. Call it in and out urge.
It's called food, not racist to say.
food for naughty little piggies. And you can be a fan today. $5.99.
Get your in and out urge with food for honkies. There you go.
That's a deal.
Yeah, that's right.
A value meal.
Guest starring Gorlock the Destroyer.
Yes. Oh, Gorlock.
That's a niche.
Progress.
That's how you eat an In-N-Out burger, though, to be fair.
I'm making a fortune. It's unbelievable. I'm making a fortune.
That is how you eat an In-N-Out burger. They're just too damn good. So
I think it's actually where Chris Christie's spending all of his campaign funds. He had some left
better
over,
spent there.
Had to drop out. Better watch me eat in slow motion.
he said it because he's fat.
Yeah.
We've all been there, Jeremy. We've all fucking been there.
We're working on it, okay?
We've all fallen down a burger hole, okay?
Yeah, but you don't like slather Crisco on your burger before eating it. So.
How do you know?
Yeah,
You
don't
don't
knock
know
Crisco helps with the lubrication.
You know shit.
Progress, not perfection. That's what we say around these parts. Welcome to Friday Night Tights, everybody. I'm back home, and I guess you can hear me now, which is always helpful, right? And we got a great show today. We are going to talk about Disney Star Wars. It's kind of amazing. I'm impressed with how much they like to fail. And how much they won't change, and chronicling their demise now is my only joy from Star Wars, and I can't wait to do it.
Hey,
Great. It's pretty great.
It's pretty great. We've got the clips for the Acolyte so far have been gold, and we will go over them. What's up, Day Cobra?
What up? Yeah, pretty slow week for me.
Yeah.
Pretty slow week for Benny. Nothing going on these days. But I'm interested to talk about this Disney Star Wars thing that you mentioned. We decided, I know you wanted politics, but we're wiping politics from the schedule, and we're talking pop culture here on Friday Night Tights for once. That's what we're doing. So ready to get this party started. And yeah, I can't wait to talk more about how breaking news, Disney Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy thinks we're racist and sexist. Didn't think I'd be talking about that in 2024, yet here we are. So let's get this party started.
Jesus, I know.
It ends a Y at this point.
It is. But that's what happens when
It's
you're
all linked. It's all linked, Jeremy. It's all the same thing. There's like this through line. There's so many Star Wars metaphors to be made about what's happening politically right now.
No.
You just say it's so easy. The guy even moves like the Emperor.
I love democracy.
I love democracy. He looks like him too. I mean, he does. He looks like an old, moldy potato at the bottom of the bag.
He
Got
really
sprouts
does.
and stuff coming off.
Talks like
Benny, my favorite part of Star Wars is when
He's into kids.
Yeah, my favorite part of Star Wars is when Anakin.
Yeah, he was really attracted to Anakin. Little Anakin.
Speaking of Anakin, my favorite part of Star Wars is when he blew up the Death Star. So,
Love that part.
yeah, really
All
can't
these
wait.
lifelong Star Wars fanatics that got cast in the Acolyte. It's definitely because they're big Star Wars fans and not because they're like black or gay or something.
Why not both?
Yeah. I mean, look what's happened just in since we had our last Friday Night Tights. George Lucas has basically come out and trashed Disney Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, get that clip, Garrett.
Kathleen Kennedy has said we're all racist and sexist. And now we've got the stars of the Acolyte basically letting you know how much they know about Star Wars.
Must be a Star Wars show coming out.
Didn't George Lucas defend Bob Iger? Yeah. George Lucas defended Bob
Yes, he
Iger
did.
Pelts and Pelts thing, right?
Dumb.
Yeah, about a couple months ago. Yeah.
So all off.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, again, so George Lucas is the biggest shareholder of Disney stock right now. He is the biggest individual shareholder of Disney stock. And so I think George, like, I just don't think he wants to get involved in shit. I think they asked him some pretty direct questions, which led to his answers the other day. And there was really no other way to answer the questions other than being honest about what was going on with Disney Star Wars. Because if you're honest about it, it's dog shit. And it's clear he's not a fan of what they've done. But I think he's also moved on from it. I know he's not coming back, chat. He's not coming back.
He's 80 years old. He looks tired. He's just an old man guarding his money at this point. He's like, yeah, Star Wars sucks, but I don't want anything to change because I'm making a lot of fucking money. That's what it is.
You're talking about Joe Biden or George Lucas?
Yes. Yes.
You guys are going to try. So you're going to try and tell me. You're going to try and tell me that these scenes are separated. Yet Luke Skywalker's at the White House debasing himself with jokes about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Really?
That May the 4th thing? That was a complete political op. Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay.
1,000%.
Mark Hamill's just an irrelevant human being without being a political activist at this point in time. I mean, he's not a real movie star. I've said that for years. He's a one-trick pony. Yes, he was Luke Skywalker. He was great. Yes, I know he's a Joker too, but he's not a movie star. Mark Hamill is not a movie star, just like Chris Evans is not a movie star. So they have to find relevancy somewhere else. It's not like Harrison Ford, who's a real movie star. Mark Hamill, not a movie star.
Right.
Never was a movie star.
You know, Harrison Ford doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars. Anytime he gets asked a question about Star Wars, he looks like he could not give a shit.
He looks more miserable than Ryan. He looks more miserable than Ryan.
That's basically Ryan's future.
It's arguable.
I love when he
was given the wrong food order. That's what he looks like.
I love when they were at celebration, him and George on stage in front of thousands of fans. Like, you excited about the Han Solo movie? And Harrison Ford's like, not really. And starts laughing. Like, God. So good.
That's so
I love
good.
when he might tear up sometimes, but it's because they keep asking him about Star Wars.
Yes.
He's like, please God, leave me alone.
That one Collider interview where he's like, so who shot first, Han or Greedo? And he just like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Give a crap.
That's his response to everything Star Wars.
It is.
It is.
I don't care either.
God bless him.
So it's like I did this. I read a couple of threads about Return of the Jedi because it was the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and I'm so impressed by Harrison Ford because in the thread it talked about how Harrison Ford wanted his character to be killed off in A New Hope, and then in the Empire, and then in Return of the Jedi. Like, he's always advocated to die. Like, he's like, please kill me mercifully, kill this character.
Yeah.
And finally, J.J. Abrams gave him what he wanted.
And screw Harrison Ford for killing, and J.J. for killing him like that. Screw them.
It was the wrong way to
Fuck
go.
that.
It would have been so much more epic in Empire or Return of the Jedi.
They probably asked him, and Harrison Ford said, I don't care, just kill me. I'll walk into a lightsaber.
Dude,
where's my weed?
What would be the number1 death for Harrison Ford in the Star Wars universe? Like Ewoks, right? Like, would have been
appearing in a Jar Jar Binks fucking movie.
To be killed by a dial of destiny.
Yeah, well, that he was. That he was.
Having the word Disney before any movie title.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is we're too far away from it now, but I'm still going to use the transition. Speaking of black and gay, what's up, Az?
I am not black.
So, what you're saying?
I've seen Benny taking a few shots there, you know, with some parallels. I'm not trying to be contrarian here, but all I'm going to say is, ever since Judge Judy went off the air, the American judicial system is quite the rail.
She has to do show on
no lies detected.
It's true. These things are holding it all together.
Other than that, can't wait for Pride Month. Fucking quiz for Palestine.
Oh man, that's the last day, man.
Like, a great SNL skit would be Trump versus Biden in Judge Judy's courtroom.
Yes.
Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining.
Well, As a felon, I feel seen now. So there you go.
He's a man of the people.
All right, what's up? What's up, Brian Kittle?
Not much. Just watching all the craziness that's been going down the past couple of days in entertainment and the political landscape. But there is one thing that has remained constant over the past decade, and that is Disney Star Wars is shit, and the people that run it hate the fans. So we got more evidence of that this week, which is awesome.
Yes. And I can't wait to get to those clips because, God, I couldn't believe when that guy said it. But, you know, he said something stupid at Star Wars Celebration a couple years ago. We got a whole lineup for it.
God, yeah.
I got a plethora, a whole lineup.
Was it my pronouns are they, them?
Shad?
No, it was. I think he thinks that Darth Vader's first name was Darth.
Mr. Vader.
So was Darth Vader white or black?
Yes.
He was in whiteface.
Well, he was white, and then he got burnt, and then he turned black.
He was white
That's how it
presenting.
happened.
White presenting.
He wanted people to think he was black so they'd be more scared of him. So that's why he used that voice.
Intimidating.
I mean, I got to tell you, he was voiced by a black guy, right?
Exactly.
Like, and so.
Hey, and Disney forgot to celebrate that black guy's birthday a couple of years.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I may actually buy this cultural appropriation. I may. We'll see. This may be the one case.
Oh, it's all kinds of cultural.
Stealing a black man's voice.
Speaking of cultural appropriation, Shad, is it Max Rockatansky or is it Mad Max?
Mad Max.
Thank you.
But I'm pondering on this Darth Vader, you know, what race was he in the end? Because he was more machine than man. And so if over 50% of him was the machine parts and the surface layer was black, that would constitute his skin.
No, it'd be
And
Asian.
No, that would actually make him an oppressed
black?
an oppressed class in the Star Wars universe, because George Lucas himself said the only beings that were discriminated against were the droids.
All I'm hearing is that
Don't serve your kind here.
sexual.
Hot droid. All right, I think I'm convinced Darth Vader was definitely a minority in the Star Wars universe.
Did nothing wrong. Darth Vader did. Well, I mean, if
Didn't
you're
do
gonna count the Disney trilogy, Darth Vader did nothing wrong. Okay.
That's like total karma, though, right? The one Jedi that's out there slaying pussy gets his dick burned off. Like that's how it goes, man.
But it's good to be here. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. I'm excited for it, and something weird. Like I have so many swords now. Crazy. All right. Already, I had a lot of swords. Now I have crazy amounts of swords. Heaps of retailers just sending me swords because they want me to break them and destroy them and review them. I have like over 20 ones that I still need to review.
You got content forever. That's
I
awesome.
got content forever. I can't wait.
And you got swords for the Mad Max Apocalypse too.
There you go.
I'm already prepared, man.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's the documentary of Australia.
Well, we already had the Mad Max Apocalypse. There won't be any more Mad Max.
Canceled.
Jeremy, whatever happened to the account Darth Vader's Charred Phallus? That was one of my favorite account names.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah, that one. They change it up so much
They
though.
did.
So it's probably a J meme account at this point. Probably because they change them up so
Holy
often. But I remember
Holy
those.
smokes, man. Asian is winning for what race is Darth Vader. That's really
Well, yeah, because he's more
Is there
machine
something
than man.
Is there something I don't know?
But I think they're going off dick size, like I just talked about. They're like, it's the smallest.
They can't pilot a TIE fighter worth of shit.
Oh, what's up, Carter Black?
Yo, what's up? I'm ready to talk about Acolyte. But one thing is, both you got politics and culture, and one thing you can bet on always is for both production companies and the government to make horrible decisions. So always bet on that.
Accurate.
It will always be a winner. So yeah, that's my comment on it.
So fact.
Always.
Because
There you go.
they're one and the same. That's actually definitionally and academically that's fascism. Is the fusion of corporations like Disney with the government.
Yes.
And they
in
have
hand.
the same messaging, and then they push the same thing on all of us, and we are seen as slaves to them. So
Well, and that's become more obvious over the years when you see giant corporations not competing against each other, working in tandem, colluding, which is against the law in a lot of cases, but and fortifying. We can say fortifying. We can say that word. can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortifying.
They fortified the election.
They're all fighting over a gun so they can shoot themselves. You see?
I was
They've all
wondering
got
where
their
you were
hands
going
on
with that one. I was wondering where you were going with that one. I was wondering where you were going. With
Yeah,
that one.
I was.
Which one of those trans?
You know, all of them. It's about to be June.
Oh.
Yep. What's up, Comics Division?
You know, nothing. Slow news week on all fronts. So
I guess
we live in clown world. That's what's
we
going
do.
on.
It's just
Yeah, dude.
barbecuing at the apocalypse. It's kind of you can make it fun. You can make it fun. It's not the apocalypse though. That's the thing.
No.
We don't want
It's
to
filthy.
black.
I mean,
it's totally filthy, but you know,
It's filthy.
that's the world. You know,
It's filthy. They gave him a gag. They gagged him.
our boy Brandon Herrera almost won. Almost won.
1%, dog.
Yeah.
Dude.
Good job doing
100%.
that though. He spent about $1 million on his campaign, and Tony Gonzalez spent about
10.
10.
Yep.
Wow. Holy
Oh
shit.
man, I bet it makes them shaking their boots.
To beat him by like 400 votes. 400,
Yeah.
and that's why that shit matters.
With it being that
vote
close,
locally.
why is there not a recount with it being that close?
It just depends on each jurisdiction and what the actual threshold would be for a recount.
Local versus federal.
yeah, it's awfully close, man.
Yeah.
So
It was already a runoff.
Yeah. So Brandon Herrera will be back. Hell yeah. And that's just the low information voter, even here in Texas. You know, and there's a lot of oil companies in that district too, in West Texas.
Again, it puts in perspective. A YouTuber that spent 10% of the establishment it came within a few hundred votes. That's not that momentum is not slowing down. That momentum is only going to continue to grow and grow and grow and build. So he's not going away. He will be back, and many others will see that as an opportunity to show that this is a real deal. Like YouTube, social media, the TV is dead. The establishment part of media is dead, and the rise of the independent content creators are here. It's here, and it's not going back. We're here.
No.
So.
Hail Brandon. Well done. Well done, my friend. What's up, Odin?
What's up? It's kind of crazy to think about how bad box office numbers have been. I've been crunching some numbers. Half of the top 10 biggest flops last year were from Disney.
Yes.
And so spending $180 million on Acolyte, $22.5 million an episode, means that they're already setting themselves up for another red letter year. So glad to be here.
2019, over half of the billion-dollar films were Disney, and just a few years later, they got half the flops.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing how that happens.
It is.
Yeah. I think some people might have warned them over the last half.
I wonder who that could be.
We're at a decade now. Well, like, we're close to a decade of this bullshit going on. That's how fucking nuts it is.
Yeah, but we're seeing, like I mentioned this though, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whole different landscape of movie talk on the internet. Now look where we are. You know, we got the little guys like Critical Drinker and Gary, you know, that are finally making waves in the end. I think they're going to be successful on YouTube side. Gary and Drinker, I think these guys are going to make it. They seem poised, but yeah, I mean, these guys like Gary and Drinker are leading the charge of this new wave, and the gaming side. That whole thing is happening now. Our Last Jedi moment is happening right now in gaming, and that's only going to create a whole new wave of, you know, gaming content creators. It's going to change the landscape of that. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, man. And it's going to get messy for a while. It's going to look bleak for a while, but I firmly believe once we're on the other side of it, it'll all come full circle.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to lose a lot of franchises we like along the way, but we'll still get some good stuff. It just won't be the stuff we have enjoyed for 4 decades. And you know what? 40 years? Mad Max, 40-year-old franchise. Shit's getting kind of old. And I'm saying that as an old. I'm saying that. You know,
but
who
that
isn't
ain't even
old?
the problem, though. That's not even the problem. Just put Mel Gibson in it, and everybody's going to go
Oh,
fucking watch
I
it.
understand. Yes, I said that in my
Did you
video.
say understood?
I
You were gonna say
understand that.
understood.
I understand that.
I
Jeremy.
understand, Jeremy.
Jeremy. My name is Crick Gore. Welcome to Film Fest. Did you see him going off on Alan today? God damn, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen, dude. I was just talking to him about it. He's all, we bicker. I'm all, you have to go back and watch it. I was fucking dying. So Alan has a shitty computer. X-Ray Girl might know about this. And he was trying to pull up just a poster of the woman in the sea. And it took him 5 fucking minutes. And Chris is slowly just melting down for the whole thing.
He's just trying to vamp while he's waiting for him to get it up.
He's like, how long does it take you to Google? I love you guys. I was laughing at your expense.
I can't really sympathize with that. I've never been in that spot of getting angry with somebody on a stream.
No, Chris specifically said you had your drunk 3PO moment, and you to Alan. Poor drunk catching strays.
It's all the time.
All the time. There he is.
Terry, I love you, drunk.
Still wearing that hat.
We're halfway
It's
through
not
the year,
Christmas
bud.
anymore, and you can take the hat off.
Hey, Achromatic Chronicles Green.
Yes,
It's gonna be dropping soon. We'll give you full details when it happens. I can't wait.
That's
Jay
right.
introduced me to a game that I wasn't aware of. It's called Bum Simulator, where you you play as a homeless person. You play as a homeless person and like you sit on.
I
the
thought that
street.
was going in a very different direction.
I'm sure you did.
I guess there is a second
Chad was
meeting.
2 seconds away from adding it to his Steam wish list when he thought I was talking about something else. No, this one is.
Can I get a knockoff? Can I get a knockoff Bum Simulator on Temu?
Maybe. Bum fight simulator.
I got to hear about this one, Ryan. All right, what now?
You walk around as a degenerate fuck probably in San Francisco, and you don't talk. You're just like you're just like grunting. You're begging for money. You get in fights with other bums. You kill one and throw him in a dumpster. You have to set up your cardboard fucking house every night. Shit like that. It looks really fun.
That sounds
I love those
amazing.
simulator
That
games.
sounds amazing. Yes, it does.
I was just in San Francisco, and that's not a simulator. That's reality.
That's reality. Well, it's
that's
zombie.
every corner, everywhere, inside and out, and at In-N-Out.
That's right. And we'll get to that because we actually are going to go over one of your videos, which I thought was great, by the way, Benny. But first, what's up, mama?
Hi. You know, the more you guys complain about things, the more my boobs leak. So just keep that in mind.
Wow. Chat, you heard it.
Calm down,
No,
chat.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, change the camera angle. Maybe we'll do something. So.
I was thinking if Darth Vader really was black, how easy that would make looting. You know, you just have to.
Well, he's got the Force already.
Bastard.
I mean,
It would have made a lot more sense for Luke on why he grew up like with no father, you know? A lot more narrative sense.
Wow. He's coming back. He's getting some cigarettes.
He went to Mos Eisley to pick up some blue milk, never came back.
Yeah, he went to get some Newports and never came back.
Oh shit.
Has Gavin Newsom banned menthol cigarettes yet? He was going to do that. Any word?
Shit.
Any word on that ban? Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. All right. And we have a very special guest, Mr. Benny Johnson, who just hit 2 million subs. Dude, okay, Benny. How long have you had a channel?
18 months.
Oh God.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Wait, you want other guy with 1 million? Well,
Okay, all right, hold on. I've had a channel for a long time. I've had a channel for decades. It didn't post. I followed
Okay.
right? And a lot of people don't post, and they like to follow their favorite creators. I was one of those guys, and I worked in corporate media, and I worked in cable TV, and and I worked for Tucker Carlson, and it's like it wasn't me to do the YouTube channel, but I liked following people. I liked obviously following Gary and Drinker and a bunch of other channels. In fact, I gotta tell you, and this is I'm sure everyone will understand, but the other night I was like so sick of political news, and I'm not gonna get into it now, but I'm so sick of political news that I went and I looked up the Phantom Menace review on Red Letter Media, and I just watched all 10 videos, like just in my living room. I put my kids down and I just sat down there and like just watched them to just like melt, to just cleanse my brain. And I don't know that series radicalized me. Like from that series, I like found all of the channels that are on screen right now. So,
hell yeah,
Yeah,
It's a classic.
I totally get that because for me, whatever we're like covering all day, I'm normally not gonna then consume that after. I have to like do something else. It has to be some like stupid thing that it's just not connected to what we're making videos about, and just like turn my brain off.
my wife comes downstairs. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" She's like, I was kind of like standing downstairs. I don't really drink anymore. I'm like I have a water bottle, and I'm just watching on my couch Red Letter Media like talk about. It's a 10-year-old videos of the Phantom Menace, and they hold up. They're so good.
They're funny.
Like Plunky
water,
is
some pizza rolls.
fantastic.
Pizza rolls. That's right.
Pizza rolls and the hooker in the basement, and like
It gets worse and worse.
I know they're fucking great.
But it makes you wonder. Like a lot of people say, bring back George Lucas, but like this was George Lucas, right? Coming back, and some people say, hey, they've held up and they're really good. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. Didn't they just re-release them and nobody went and saw them?
Oh, hey, no.
I think it actually did really well.
I agree with you, Benny. I agree with you, Benny. I agree with you, Benny.
I'm just here to stir shit up, nerds.
By the way,
I'm here to stir shit up.
Red Letter Media. They want to act all like cool and edgy back then. No, I don't buy it. Like they flipped the script later on in life.
Oh, they liked Obi-Wan. So
yeah. So, but I'm a prequel defender. I've always been a prequel defender, and I love the prequels, especially Revenge of the Sith.
And that's
which is my favorite Star Wars movie.
And that's
my favorite Star Wars movie.
I watched Phantom Menace. I've seen it twice in the last month, actually. And there are certain things about it that it's insane how well some of the way it's shot and the effects hold up 25 years after the fact. Like when CGI was first becoming popularized and shit, it's insane how well like the battle droids look and the pod racing scene, all of that stuff. Obviously, is it perfect? No, it's not a perfect movie.
No, those first two movies
you an
have
angel?
problems.
Yeah, I think Jake
this is
Lloyd's
pod racing.
I don't think is the best choice for that.
Why was
overall,
the
I still
poison?
really enjoy the movie.
Why was the poison
And that's
gas
okay.
white? Why was the poison gas white?
Why's it got to be
Poison
white?
gas?
Why's it got to be white?
It's could be white.
Why's it got to be
It's
white?
just like anthrax.
I mean, if you're gonna kill,
Why was it invisible?
If you just put carbon dioxide or anything to displace oxygen, and it would have worked.
Maybe.
Somebody in the chat said no movie is perfect.
Lord of the Rings trilogy are perfect. They are perfect 10 out of 10.
So can Jedi's
Raiders of the Lost
do like
Ark.
Perfect.
Can Jedi's do like super fast? So we see this one.
I can run.
Lawrence
we
of
see this
Arabia.
One super fast. Yeah, we
Perfect.
see it one time where it's like
And they
super
can
fast
jump.
running.
They can jump. They also show
So
that
no
in the movie.
no Jedi ever does that again. Yeah. No.
They just never needed to in that moment. You can trigger a burst of speed.
Hey, no, later on, they just learn to
What about when they
survive.
were getting shot by stormtroopers during Order 66.
Well, no.
It could have been handy then.
Well, there's a bunch of survivors. It turns out half of them survived half of them survived, and they can survive getting like stabbed in the gut multiple times with lightsabers. It cauterizes the wound. It cauterizes the wound.
Gary, you be careful doing that on camera.
It cauterizes the wound.
And he's been clipped.
Camera's on the whole time now, huh?
No, Gary, no. You were the chosen one.
Look at his tab.
You were meant to keep your penis inside your pants, not take it out.
Not become Gavin McGinnis.
Oh, we got to talk about Gavin. We're going to talk about Gavin later. Later in the show, we're going to talk about Gavin. Yeah, I'm screwed on that one. Just going to roll with it. What you going to do?
And you were screaming while you were doing it.
I know. Well, dude, it's
I'm refreshing
because
right now.
One of the comments I kept on getting on God, was it was Obi-Wan, was they were saying being stabbed in the gut cauterizes the wound, and I'm like, in a gut, it cauterizes the wound. It still rips your gut apart. You're dead. You're
a 2-inch diameter hole in your gut is not going to be.
Yeah.
Boils the internal organs.
Yes.
There's no freaking way you can survive that.
It's true that say like when you get your arm cut off or your leg cut off, you're not going to bleed out like you normally would from a wound like that, right? So there are like some advantages, like some things like that. You're not going to die that you normally would if you got cut up by a sword, right? The sword cuts you off, fucking severs a massive artery, you're going to bleed out. Lightsaber, not necessarily. But if it's shoved inside with internal organs, you are fucked. It's not a little bullet going through. It's a pretty big diameter of a lightsaber, and it's melting everything fucking around it.
Yeah.
So
Qui-Gon's pussy. That's all. That's all. That's all.
he's the only motherfucker that died like that. Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
I love Qui-Gon, by the way. Liam Neeson's
Qui-Gon's
fucking
awesome.
He was
Yeah,
the
he
best
was
character in Phantom Menace for sure.
He was.
Yeah. He was like
Ewan's great as young Obi-Wan as well.
Yeah, he gets better, but he's like the one guy who took it seriously. But Natalie Portman, her acting was shit. Her acting was total shit. There, I fucking said it.
How dare you?
How
Well, who do you
dare
blame
you?
at that point?
Her
The actor
acting
or
was
the director?
crap. Okay, well, you blame George Lucas, who was sitting in a folding chair drinking a Pepsi while he's like, just let's put the camera over there. I might have gone, you know.
I've gone a little far.
Was it Diet Coke? Sorry, it might have been a Diet Coke.
And sitting and walking and talking and sitting.
More
and
intense.
walking.
I
More
still
intense.
think that
trade disputes, the taxation of trade routes. Like, oh man,
I still
dude.
think Attack of the Clones is worse than the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
totally.
it is.
Yes,
It is.
that's a
Absolutely.
fact.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not
yes.
good. That's for sure.
No,
But it's
not
not because there's like an arena, and in the arena there's like a bunch of Jedi, and they all get like their lightsabers out, and it's just like, oh my god, look at all the lightsabers, and then they go, and then Mace Windu, he like cuts off the Jango Fett's head, and he goes rolling down, and it's just like, oh my god.
And then
All you guys are
Guys,
all you guys are
doing
gay
it.
and fucking retarded.
Stop.
You're sitting here with like the alternative to George Lucas in charge of Star Wars. These people butt fucking each other, trans this, trans that, fucking black, lesbian, all this shit.
I
and
agree
you're
with Ryan.
complaining about what we got from George fucking Lucas for the
I agree.
prequels.
Wait, Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Thank you for
You
bringing
got a
positivity back
point.
to the stream, Ryan. Ryan is right. I stand with RK Outpost, our chief diversity officer for Friday Night Fight.
As your
When me and Ryan aren't fighting,
your
you know
impression
it's
of a
something, all right.
your impression of a Clones fan is my impression of a Joe Biden voter. It's exact same.
Wait, no.
And like, he's like super good at like the economy and like equity, and my student loans got like forgiven, and like he's starting a lot of wars, and I think that's pretty cool. And he's putting his political rival in prison because of democracy. He's a threat
Sounds
to
like a wine
democracy.
mob on Ozempic.
What the hell is that? Oh my God, it's Benny.
Yes.
Or
White boy summer.
Pride
White
Month
boy
is-
summer.
Pride Month
White
is
boy
tomorrow,
summer.
guys. Pride Month tomorrow, okay?
White boy summer.
That's
Look at
right.
that hair.
This is an
That's
erotic novel cover right here.
The Jedi
Yeah.
who loved me. That's what
Yeah. The not so Phantom Menace in my pants.
Attack of the Dome.
Tangible menace. That's what
forward-
it's called, a tangible menace.
Forward written by Gary, going like this near his side.
That's
I'm
right.
not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the motion.
Oh.
Gary, I'm not gonna do it. It took everything in me to restrain from actually doing the motion, get clipped.
It's like this.
That's good.
Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Asriel just loves to give the internet
Dude,
timeless
he
strips,
deep
right?
throated a microphone on Friday Night Times multiple times. Multiple times.
And he reenacted an Eiffel
Well,
Tower with
I think
The funny thing is when somebody takes it and doesn't like it, they put it on and go, "Ah,
That's
look at
called
this
rape.
one. I gave it to you. I gave it to you, you fucking idiot.
Is your nickname for that microphone Darth Vader?
This is new. I had to throw the other one away. It was all worn out.
Oh,
Did he have a
Off-stream activity.
Oh, dear.
Odin's response to that is priceless, by the way.
I think we can all agree.
Still dying.
I think we can all agree that the prequels are better than Disney Star Wars. I think that's pretty
Yes.
well established.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kind
know.
of a backhanded compliment, but we'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Take what we can get. It's fine.
Oh, if I wasn't transitioning to the Acolyte right now, we'd go down the Hobbit.
Oh, boy.
The Hobbit is better than the prequels. I'll I'll die on that fucking hill. But
The Hobbit's better than prequels.
I like
The Star Wars prequels.
yeah. Yes, better than the Star Wars prequels, but some other day we'll have that
Because
debate.
the Hobbit was a trilogy, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was unnecessary. It was bloated. It was
Yes.
lots of bad stuff in it, but better acted, better music, better directed.
Who would have been the Jar Jar Binks of that trilogy?
Oh, ooh.
Peter Jackson.
Literally all
Okay, so here's one thing. So I was doing this big
The
review
love
of that.
triangle. The
love
love
triangle,
triangle.
yeah,
The love
that's what I was
triangle.
thinking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that retarded dwarf who was the youngest one, who was just like always an idiot.
And look the most human.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
I didn't
that's-
realize
that's-
that George Lucas got huge flack for racism with the Phantom Menace.
Yes, he
He
did.
said the
Yes.
Gungans,
Boy,
the,
he
Gun-
said
the
Jar Jar
Gungans
Binks.
were like, that's exactly right. And then
the trade empire.
anti-Asian.
Clearly Asian. How dare you?
This
Right,
one is a decoy.
Yeah,
Right.
it's such
And the junkyard
Well, how
salesman. What was his
Anakin-
name? He's got a big
you're like,
nose.
this guy- you hear
Yeah, so
a, you hear a junk salesman who's really cheap and wants money, and they're like, "Well, clearly that's Jewish." And everyone's like,
Yes.
"Well, holy shit."
Watto.
You thought that, bro?
Watto,
Yeah.
his name, Watto.
Yeah, Watto was like, I thought he was Italian.
Watto.
Yeah. How did you get
because he did a lot of
Jewish?
this.
Hey, no, what are you talking about? Annie, little Annie. Yeah.
The people that wanted to see it, they didn't see Italian. They saw, wow, big nose likes money. Huh.
Oh, those are the
There's
same
one.
people who see orcs
that.
as black people, right? I mean,
Yes, exact
okay.
same type of people.
Yeah.
That's I love this, like reading. I love like reading your modern day racist tropes into fantasy creatures that aren't real. Like isn't that the racist act? Right?
Yes,
Like
it is.
that's the racist act, right? Like being like the Trade Federation, they have this shape of eyes, so you're making an anti-Asian, bigoted, like the Gungans are anti-black or what, black stereotypes, like because of my black stereotypes, right? Like it doesn't say more about the person.
Projection.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
look
Oh,
it
at
absolutely
these,
does
look at
say
these
more about
primitive beings that are kind of stupid. They must represent black people.
I know.
Like, what the
Well,
fuck?
right? Isn't that what that's what they're saying? Like that's
Well,
what the critics are saying.
it-
the rest
it
of us
is.
are like,
Obviously,
the
the
rest of us are
Gungans
like,
do.
But
they're
they live in
retarded.
water. So it completely
They're
falls on its
underwater
face. They live in
rabbits.
water.
Yes, they're underwater rabbits.
Gungans don't know how to get to the DMV. They don't know how to use an app. They don't know how to use a computer. Okay,
Yeah. They can't
Guys.
get
Never
it.
heard the word computer.
they're marginalized.
I'm just saying it makes you like you're the one reading racism into this. It's not real. It's a CGI. You're the one who's reading racism into it.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
because they're racist.
When I heard that analogy that orcs in fantasy represented black people, I was just what? That
Yeah,
was
it doesn't make any
never
sense at
even
all.
close to my radar. If that comparison, and when they came out with that, I was just like, holy crap! What do you think about black people? That's insane.
So I'm just trying to just really quick on the point here. There's this clip of Joe Biden, and I'm not trying to make this overtly political, but there's this clip of Joe Biden where he says, poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
White kids.
It's an
yeah, I remember
exact
that.
quote. Okay. I'm not misquoting him. I'm not making a joke. It's like literally what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
but
like-
in all fairness, he's got dementia, so come on. now.
Yeah, somebody tweeted out that Trump said it like intentionally to get community noted. Like the community notes just like Donald Trump did not say this. Joe Biden said this.
See, I love community notes. Yes, it can
That's
be
a
abused,
meta.
Jeremy. You're right.
Andrew Tate got the greatest community note yesterday because he said I just donated $200,000 to my N-word Trump, and he got community noted that Donald Trump's actually a white man. You can pull it up. You can pull it up. Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
I would rather live in a world where there was no community note, but they are funny. Like even like Benny, you or ALX got hit for a community note on an obvious Trump AI where he's cooking out with black
I
people.
know.
And then
I
the
saw
community
that.
note's like, this is not real. Yes. Thank you, community notes for like it's basically a hall monitor is what community.
It's
notes has
autistic
become.
notes. It's autistic notes. Okay.
Hold up.
It's great.
Hold
when it
up.
gets
You gotta
nailed
put
with the
this
other
up.
side.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
gotta put this up. Hold on.
let me
You gotta
find
see it.
Put that up and then
after-
get the Acolyte clips.
After
So
it was
good.
weaponized for so many years in one direction, it's nice to see some balance to it.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it because again, Elon's Twitter is the best thing that we can ask for on social
You
media.
know what's
right
crazy
now.
is it's not balance. I mean, I know what you mean, Odin, but it's not. It's one fucking platform. One that went against the grain in this competitive business world. One fucking platform decided to have a different opinion. That should tell you how bad things have gotten right
Yes.
now. and how great it is that like this one platform, which isn't even the biggest, is able to have so much influence and balance things out to where the other platforms can't be. They're still bad, but they can't be as bad as they were before. So that's how important Twitter was. And Jack Dorsey going back and forth. Fuck that guy, man. Fuck Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come back.
I found the original, but it's not community noted.
Isn't he trying to play both sides? Always about Andrew
Can
Tate
we toss
one?
that up? It's
Yeah,
so
toss this
good.
one.
It's in the chat. Oh man.
Which one is
Community
this one?
note. This is an all-timer.
Oh my god, this is classic.
I don't.
Who's
Oh,
putting?
I know which one. I know which one this
Are
one
you
is.
doing it, Gary?
What's the one you
Gary?
called for?
Yeah,
I just call you Gary. Why did I call you
Yeah,
Gary?
you did.
God, that was loud.
That was fucking loud. Jesus Christ.
Starts with a lot of drugs, Gary. That's where it starts. That's a lot of
Dude, I've had brain damage, like real brain damage. So, like, I don't know how anybody's surprised.
This is AI generated.
Yeah,
Punch in.
Details.
like we didn't know that. You
I
know. what I mean? Like,
So the comment
None
is
of their teeth are
CNN.
real.
CNN will never report on this. And the community noticed.
Teeth. My God.
Yeah, the community noticed this is AI generated. It can't be seen in the details, especially the hands. Like, oh shit, Greg didn't actually go to the cookout.
Oh damn! You
God.
guys
One
want
black
it.
guy on the right has like 6 fingers.
People can't have 6 fingers. People can have 6 fingers. That's like
Everyone
that's,
follow. Shout out ALX. Shout out ALX.
Yeah,
Everyone
shout
follow
out
my
ALX,
executive producer ALX. Shout out ALX. Great
that's
content.
like Marvel was going to solve its problems with D+ by putting banners on everything, including Marvel Animation, just in case you didn't know the show was animated. It decided to tell you as opposed to live action, which tells you what they think of their fans. But there you go. That's it's autistic notes. I fully believe
we can't forget Gary called Garrett Gary.
You gonna pull that up, Gary? Oh wait, that's me.
Oh, that's me. That's my name.
Oh, I have to do that now. Oh.
Dude, I'm surprised I
Dude,
can
Gary, I
fucking
gotta
talk at this
see.
point, okay?
That's right. Gary's 50. He's like wandering
I'm
around
54.
in a mustard-colored bathrobe, shuffling around in his house, speaking about himself in the third person. Gary should do this. And Gary goes up the stairs.
Gary, bring that up.
Why can't you have another cup of coffee? Gary,
Yeah,
you have a cup of
His
were you-
pockets in the bathrobe. He has Eggo waffles in his pockets in the bathrobe. Just like,
You never know when you're going to get
You
hungry.
should run for president, Gary.
Yep.
I like.
I
these
should.
things.
Benny, you were there in Orlando in the house with us. I don't know if you left already, but like Gary was really like
During the gangbang.
yeah, exactly. But like
Right
Gary was freaking out, and I texted Ryan because Gary was making a lot of mistakes in like the third hour, and I'm like, Ryan, we have to fucking end this. What is he talking about right now?
Laughing at everything.
He was messing everything.
I laugh
up.
at
It was-
everything.
No, it was bad. Though.
I was tired.
Sundown syndrome. It's sundown syndrome.
He legitimately was tired.
You'll
and,
never see anything on Joe Biden's schedule after 6 p.m. Because when the sun goes down, you go to sleep.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That is true.
No.
That
Okay,
was
okay,
sundown.
okay. Little context here. Remember that scene from Pulp Fiction where she did the coke and then fucking died and then had to have the shot in the chest?
that happened to you.
That happened to me. Twice.
Really?
Twice.
There's some deterioration, as you're saying.
There's some deterioration. Okay.
Really?
Wait a minute,
It's
are
for
you
real?
telling me that you injected Uma Thurman twice with adrenaline?
I did.
Wow.
That was your story.
I never
that they were
knew
putting
that.
up there.
I feel seen. No.
Wow.
That happened to me twice in the past. So I'm surprised I remember my name, which is not often, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
They had to do
you
that.
know,
They had to do
yeah.
that because she had she was doing a bunch of coke.
What
What
is-
she did bad drugs or something?
I thought it
the
was
reason for doing
heroin
that?
she
Overdosing?
snorted.
She
But
overdosed.
Gary, I'll raise you mine. I'm from Alabama.
Okay.
Okay.
You win. You win.
You know,
Hey, despite the fact that you're from Alabama and I'm a drug-addled fucking retard, I know that Anakin didn't blow up the fucking Death Star, okay?
Nice segue.
Good one.
That was gold. Million
He's still
subscribers
got it.
right
He's still
there.
nice.
I like how we're having the argument over which is worse for your brain, like years of
Alabama.
like drug OD and like when you brought back to life, or simply decades of inbreeding and pouring.
That's a conversation to be had.
I think it's watching Disney Star Wars for the last 6, 7, 10
That
years.
probably is it. I'm probably actually fine from the drug overdose. It's been watching Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
So here's the quick one. This is one of the actors in The Acolyte. His knowledge of Star Wars is immense, and he's going to put this on display for us.
Really?
That's too bad we can't
hang
hear
on,
it.
hang on.
That's
No, wait, yeah.
That's
Don't
amazing,
everybody
Garrett.
talk at the same time. Everybody talk at the same time. Play it one more time. Okay. Yeah, that works.
That was amazing, Garrett.
I agree. I
totally agree. The thing I can't hear.
I know one of
I
the
can't
clips.
tell if you can hear it or not because you're being sarcastic.
Jesus Christ. Garrett, we're always sarcastic, okay?
Okay. My bad.
Unlike Jay, we don't
okay.
sit there in silence for 35 seconds.
One of the clips only had one side of, like, it only came out one side of the ear when I was listening.
This one is only coming out on one side, so maybe that's why. Let me try going through a different way.
You only want to come in one side of the year, okay?
I like how like this entire thing got set up this way. Garrett was like, "Hey, here's this."
I'm ready.
Like actually leads into it, and then fucking nothing.
Gary had the
goddamn
perfect segue.
Chrome!
Gary had the perfect.
And how do you organize?
I'm using Firefox now. I don't use
use
Chrome.
Firefox.
Switch to Firefox, and Firefox doesn't do
I use
the
StreamYard.
sound.
Just
That's why
it's
not working.
StreamYard. Just load the clip.
Yeah, I do.
You could do that, yeah.
You want me
You need to do a little audio mixing. You know, do a little mono mix on that, maybe.
to StreamYard all day?
You should consider hiring a producer, Gary.
I know.
Someone with an expert in sound.
I never said I did sound.
Who's trying to get it? Somebody's trying to get in.
I'm getting it. It's me.
It's you.
Everything's fucked up.
He just bounces.
Did he just
Well, there you
quit?
go. But yeah, guess what? Everyone that works on the Acolyte is fucking gay or black or something.
Yes.
That seems to be like the only requirements for getting hired onto this show, or being, well, I guess, and being married to Leslie Headland.
Yeah, that can help. And that's her wife on the right there. Still can't hear anything, Garrett.
I haven't started it.
Okay, there you go. That's probably why.
That would be why. Let's see. The motion pictures have not moved yet. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Well, Anakin just killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that? Well, Anakin just killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that?
That came out on Twitter. Everybody, obviously, we're making fun of them, but you know, some people they flub up, they make mistakes. We're all
None of us.
None of us.
Never.
None of us mess
Never,
up.
ever.
But
Done anything
sometimes
like
it
that.
happens. Sometimes it happens.
I agree
But
with
it
that
does happen.
evaluation, Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
But
let's go to this.
there's another clip.
There's another clip.
Turn this up.
Hopefully we can hear this one.
I did get in trouble for this answer at Star
You
Wars
got
Con.
heat.
I got heat.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's so funny to me because it literally, as a person who's outside and just a fan coming in, that was what was so beautiful and interesting to me. You know, people have been talking to me online about how Darth Vader is such a bad person. It's very clear, and it's very well established from those actions. But if you can't look and see that Anakin blowing up the Death Star possibly
Who talks like that?
All
Who talks
those-
like that?
All those Star Wars crackers look the same, y'all. Okay, so you can't tell them apart.
Oh, that's what's her name? She's giving a softball interview.
That's
for sure.
Perry Nemiroff
Yeah.
from formerly of Collider, still on Collider. Yeah,
That's
and
correct.
And she
Correct.
still does like interviews for I think it's Cinemark or something like that.
She's in the pre-show of the movie every time you go to the
she
theater.
knows, like, she doesn't correct him. Like, I would correct, you would have to correct him because he did it twice now. So
And
you
can
think
do it in a fun way.
yeah, and you think the publicist? Well, I mean, there's the thing at the end that we didn't hear. Like, go through the whole clip again, where she tells him to shut up, which is pretty funny.
But yes, I did get in trouble for this answer at Star
You
Wars
got
Con.
heat.
I got heat.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's so funny to me because it literally, as a person who's outside and just a fan coming in, that was what was so beautiful and interesting to me. You know, people have been talking to me online about how Darth Vader is such a bad person. It's very clear, and it's very well established from those actions. But if you can't look and see that Anakin blowing up the Death Star possibly killed millions and millions of people. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this right now.
You should just shut
then
up.
it's just like,
Shut up. I
but
love
that
that.
is
You should
Yeah,
shut
right
up.
there.
the beauty of this.
You should shut up. You should shut up.
You should shut up.
She doesn't think it's because he's wrong.
No.
Is she saying? Why is she saying that? Is she saying that because he's morally justifying it, or is it because she knows?
No,
he's
she's
wrong?
probably being
He's gonna
funny.
get backlash this
But
way.
what she probably doesn't realize that at Star Wars Celebration, like a couple years ago, that guy stepped in it by saying there was like no good and evil in Star Wars.
Yeah,
That's the guy. Yeah.
This means that none of those actors had the knowledge to go, hey, after the first interview, it wasn't Anakin, it was Luke Skywalker, or nobody in that room. The publicist didn't do it. His friends didn't do it. He just continues to think, and he went even deeper on that one. But I'll play this one too, the OG clip from Star Wars Celebration, just so we can set that up. His vast
For context.
Yeah, and again, this is what's going to show. Like, it's not about somebody making a mistake and not knowing something about the universe. I don't really care about that. It's the whole picture that gets built here with how these people approach being involved in Star Wars.
You're right, Jeremy, but this isn't deep lore. This is Luke Skywalker blowing up a fucking Death Star. This is like.
By the way, the Death Star blew up a fucking planet.
General pop
But
culture knowledge.
if I'm being as fair as possible, like, he could just be accidentally slipping up on the name
Twice.
in theory. Dude, I've said I love The Last Jedi a fucking ton of times. All right,
It's because you do. It's because you secretly do, you grifter.
Yeah, Gary, I promise you, you're gonna call Garrett Gary again in the future. Okay.
Oh,
All right,
absolutely. But that's a little closer than I love The Last Jedi. Okay.
I love
the second clip is clear evidence because he set it up with Darth Vader. He said Darth Vader's a bad guy, blah 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 blah. Anakin killed all of the people on the Death Star. Like, those were his direct. He meant Anakin. He didn't think of Luke and said Anakin. He meant Anakin.
Yeah. All right, play this.
All right, let's go this one.
I would say a battle for power. I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on. You know what I mean? That you can look at any angle and see yourself relayed through all the characters, Darth to Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Darth.
Oh, he does.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
No, anyone of the Darths. You know,
that's quite a range there.
Well, I can also see myself in Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
I can see myself in the pig. I can see myself in the Rancor, actually.
What about the penis monster?
There is an actual, like, interesting conversation you can have. These people are not ready or at that level to do so. These people are fucking retarded, right? But if you did, think about, hey, how the Empire ends up selling the destruction of the Death Star to its people. They hear a story about this fucking rebel terrorist who blows up this space station that wasn't, according to most people in the Empire, wasn't designed to blow up planets, right? Or maybe a little bit weird name, Death Star, but it was just a space station, blah, blah, blah. And he slaughtered fucking 500,000 people with one torpedo. You could tell, like, an interesting story from the perspective of people in the Empire getting told that propaganda. Like, there's the things you could do that would make it very interesting.
Yes,
right? These are not the conversations that retards like that are ready to have. They can't even keep anything straight.
Can you, like, explain to me who the hell these people are?
Retarded.
Who are they? Like, I've never heard of any of these people.
Diversity hires.
Yeah,
and you
modern
never will.
actors hired for diversity, yes, but modern
they are.
actors,
They aren't white males, which makes them very, very, very important to Disney Star Wars casting, because that's literally all that they've ever cast. Like, and this goes all the way back. Like, look at everything. Look at The Force Awakens. Look at Rogue One. Look at all of the casting. They have went out of their way to stay away from white males.
If it's white and pale, it's stale.
Yep.
But, like, this series specifically, people were cast based off their race and sexuality. Like, that's just the bottom line. Who we're about to listen to here, this dumb bitch, Jodie Turner-Smith, who's like, Star Wars, we need more women in Star Wars. There's too many men, right? This bitch, she is playing, confirmed now, to be a lesbian witch leader.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
I don't know why that had to be mentioned. There was like 6 words mentioned about her character, and one of them was lesbian, so it's very important.
Yes, very important.
Was one of them retarded?
So my character, you know, she's a powerful leader. She's a powerful leader. Yes.
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 Oh my
World,
God.
which I was very excited to kind of be in that, because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal. So it was kind of cool to have like this sort of woman-centered figure.
God, kill me.
Just a woman-centered figure.
What is
What
she
the hell does
wearing
that
on her-
mean?
What is she wearing on her ears? Like a IKEA chandelier.
Oh no, that's the Death Star.
Yeah, it's a Liberace chandelier on her ears, right there.
It's a Wakandan artifact, I
believe. Garrett, Father Christopher Miller's tweet I put in there. Now, see, if you pull this up, if the Empire sold it like this, then it might have made sense.
Yeah, there's like, is this the awkward point where we have, usually Az says something really gay in those moments, but he wasn't
No,
there.
I don't. Anyway, cock up the ass. It's awesome.
The story of an orphan boy who becomes radicalized after a military strike kills his family. He is indoctrinated into an ancient religion, joins a band of rebel insurgents, and carries out a terrorist attack, killing 300,000 people.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a strong leader. Yes.
Yes.
So good and evil. It's really about. Now, and that's the thing. Like, you can there can be people that can't even see the truth or can be ignorant to the truth because they've been propagandized to or whatever. But when it comes to good or evil, no, it is absolutely a good and an evil in the story of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And just because people might have a skewed perspective doesn't mean that there's not good and evil in the universe.
The entire story is about good and evil, for crying out loud. The fact that you could
light side, dark
you could
side.
miss
So in that,
the
like-
main theme. It's insane.
So did Darth Vader become evil, like in the last minutes of Return of the Jedi? Like, is that what he's arguing?
I don't know exactly what he's saying.
I have no idea either.
He probably doesn't know what he's saying.
Like, isn't that the point? Like, it's a 3-series. It's like the hero's journey, like written like in the ancient Greek, right? Like, and there's a redemption arc at the very end of the trilogy. Isn't that the point? Like a redemption arc towards good, like towards some type of universal good.
Yeah,
like
and then Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Maybe is that his point? Because if he means Anakin blowing up the Death Star, he believes that at the end of Return of the Jedi and him destroying the Emperor, that's him being evil.
Maybe he thinks
is the Emperor the Death
throwing
Star.
Emperor Palpatine down is what blew up the Death Star.
Is that what he thinks?
He might actually use that.
Let's try to steelman. We're steelmanning his argument right now. I think that's what it is.
Everybody knows the Emperor didn't die then.
I mean, well, Anakin produces Luke. Luke so arguably he does destroy the Death Star.
Right,
Through his son.
Yeah, through his seed.
That's even more retarded.
Yeah, this is 2 + 2 = 5.
No.
This is Leslie Headland, too ugly to be assaulted, going in, explaining her methodology.
Where's
I
Harvey?
think it's difficult to do a show that is critical in any way of the Jedi, and I think that you saw that with Ryan's film. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that especially in that moment, people were very nervous about saying this particular institution may not be the light and perfect, stunning group of heroes that are totally nobly intentioned.
You're a writer? Like, this is how you talk? Hold on. You're supposed to have the mastery of the English language and like the great history and legacy of screenwriters and writers throughout Hollywood lore. Like, so people who could really like bend words and time and frames of the movie, like to make it iconic. And this is how you talk? Like, you're given 10-second soundbite here and you can barely string a word together.
Well,
Benny, it looks like you should be wearing a helmet, and it actually looks like you were wearing a helmet with your hair.
But Benny, you see, when you're talking about things that make sense, you don't have to and She knows full well she's talking absolute fucking bollocks, and she's got to try and frame it in a way that, in her eyes, can make people think it makes sense. But when you're talking about the fucking Jedi and they're not really like the the good people, and then they're not like these. And you're like, shut the fuck up!
Well, I mean, in a lot of ways,
she's making a show about space lesbians because you're gay.
She's embracing the internet.
All right,
that the Jedi are evil. That's the thing that's so retarded about all this crap.
Well,
So
it's
does
like that's what one of the flaws. Like the Jedi were not perfect, right? They were flawed, and they ended up having too much allegiance to the Republic and to the government ahead of the will of the Force. Right? That is one of the points that come across in the prequels. So exactly, had it established in the prequels that the Jedi are not infallible, that they're not perfect, that there's things, there's problems, there's mistakes that they make. So it's weird, the idea that you're doing something revolutionary by being critical of the Jedi when that's what the prequels were.
Like it's weird to say it's time to have a matriarchal Star Wars. It doesn't make. I mean, the Princess Leia is the most iconic female hero in cinematic history. No, yes, arguably.
She's
but
right
Benny,
there.
then you
She's
also
definitely
have
in top 5.
You have Queen, Amidala, and then you also have
Mon Mothma.
So who the hell are these people? Like taking credit for this?
They don't know shit.
Exactly. They don't know crap. And to build off of Ryan's point where he was saying about, the prequels have multiple scenes where the Jedi are shown as not being perfect. Like there's heaps of scenes like that. Like Qui-Gon saying, that they have that, you're too old to learn a Jedi and stuff like that, and him going against the Council. And there are multiple times when characters are critical of Jedi, the actions of the Jedi. They're never, they were not presented as infallible or always right. And so the fact that they come out and say these blatantly false things, they don't know a freaking thing about the property that they have control over.
But they're talking to a bunch of people that are going to repeat their talking points. It's just like the same tired argument of Black Panther being the first movie with black people in it, or a superhero movie with black people. And so many people ran with that. Oprah is renting out fucking theaters for miles just to bring all the black kids so we can finally see there's a black superhero for you. And they eat this up because it doesn't matter. The truth is irrelevant to these freaks. They just say some shit. Nobody holds them accountable. They're rewriting history right before our very eyes, and they do not acknowledge anything. So in order for them to preach to the nonsensical crowd that they are preaching to, they sit there and they pretend like they're breaking down barriers. They're inventing something that isn't there so that they can then overcome the thing that isn't there in the first place. Therefore, when they fake get over that barrier that they've created, they get celebration from the weirdos that they're pandering to. Happens every fucking time, and it's gonna happen again. The next time a fucking movie comes out with a black lead character, they're gonna pretend that this is the first time it happened. They do this all the time.
Problem smaller and smaller every single time. It doesn't matter.
Problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah.
Create the problem, create the solution, congratulate yourself. That's exactly, and that happens in a lot of this stuff. So we got a video here to give you some context. Somebody says something really bad. Really, hey, I don't know the name of the star of the Acolyte, the one that's playing.
Amandla Stenberg.
Amandla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who identifies as a black non-binary radical feminist.
Hit play, Garrett.
I'm on a Star Wars ship, and now I get to beep bop boop bop beep.
Oh no, cancel her! She said beep bop boop.
Well, it's
she needs to go into a 40-person struggle session
right now.
Obviously.
Yep.
Right now, take her out. Take her out. Oh my god.
Why? So I don't. So this I do not understand because please tell me if I'm wrong. But
You're wrong.
Was overt, and that's fine. That's my entire life actually is getting destroyed on the internet.
Well, you're married. No, you're married.
There you go. Yes. So was overt sexual? Was there like a deep sexual? Like was that part of Star Wars or the prequel? Like was that like part of Star Wars where like?
Well, if we're gonna be real,
someone's sexuality was like this was this deep leading indicator for like their character and who they were.
I mean,
there was romance,
right?
There was romance. There was sexual tension between, Han and Leia and stuff.
Right. You obviously have love stories that are at the center of both of the trilogies, whether it's Anakin and Padme or whether it's Han and Leia. But obviously, they don't get too into detail. And in terms of
It's like a kiss
gay
here and
in
there.
terms of
Yeah.
gays or transgenders or like any shit like that.
C-3PO.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, C-3PO, the gayest
right
character
there the whole time.
All right, I stand corrected.
There's
I
a
stand
little bit of
corrected.
incest as well, so it goes places.
That's one kid.
It hits every beat.
They didn't know.
Shad.
They didn't know,
But
Shad.
they didn't market Luke Skywalker as the
We've
incest
all
king.
accidentally kissed him.
Speaking as a resident person from Alabama, I can promise you that was not a bad case of incest. Want to point that out.
Oh,
Run of the mill.
Yep.
And
Don't check Ashley Biden's diary if you're bothered by that.
They wanted people in trailer parks all across the world to be able to identify with a character. So.
Oh man, I see myself in that movie. This is George Lucas here in an interview for Cans.
We just
become in 10 years.
Same thing as it is now. There's one thing that's really what happens now, and it happens in streaming probably more than features, but features the same thing. Nobody knows what to do. The stories they're telling are just old movies. Let's do a sequel. Let's do another version of this movie. There's no, and it's not just in movies, but in almost everything. There's no original thinking. You know, it's like people just, I saw something, let's do something like that. Yeah. And it's also the way the movies are sold. If you go in and say, I've got something that you've never seen before that, and you don't understand it, it's very hard to get a deal. I mean, you can do it, but it's like this big studios, I mean, they don't want that. They want something that is like something they've seen. It's because they don't have an imagination to come up with, to see something that isn't there. I mean, I got Star Wars done mainly because at the same time I was writing the script, I hired an artist to draw pictures of what I was doing because I knew I couldn't describe what it was. It was impossible. But when you see the pictures, you say, oh, I get it. And that was really what made the movie, what sold it.
It's funny because there's
I don't disagree with anything he says there. He just sounds really old.
Yeah, it's
really
old. It's funny because I've seen I've seen a snippet before of like, I don't know if it's Steven Spielberg or somebody talking about like the first really rough cut of Star Wars before like a ton of the effects, before any of the like the Death Star space battle sequences, any of that. And he said that George had just cut in footage from like World War II shit to show dogfighting and attack runs and things like that. And it didn't make any sense at all, right? You're just watching a movie, you've got somebody in a cockpit, and next thing you know, you're watching like a World War II era plane. But that was like how he did it to try to let people know this is what it will be like because they just didn't have anything feasible at the time.
I want to release that cut.
That'd be cool.
That would be kind of cool
for the History Channel.
We're
cool.
We're never going to see the older cuts, the original cuts released according to George ever. Which
no, but we are still getting. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like I don't remember a website or something, but we're getting like the George Lucas cut of the Rise of Skywalker soon or something.
I heard
like
that too.
From what I hear, I heard that.
I heard George is putting on a MAGA hat, wrapping an American flag around his shoulders, and he's going to go marching right into Lucasfilm, rip off the door, and say, Kathleen Kennedy, you fucking cunt, you're done. Get out of here. He's going to pick her up. He's going to march her right down to the street, kick her ass to the curb, spit in her face, and then he's going to bring Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to his side. He's like, we've been planning this the entire time. Fucking take this bitch back.
Nice. He's going to have He's gonna have buffalo horns on. He's gonna have a big buffalo hat, buffalo horns.
He's gonna take the podium.
This is MAGA country.
And he's gonna carry the lectern. He's gonna carry the lectern.
Ryan left out the part where Ryan Johnson kind of like falls down from the rafters, a la Sting, and he actually was part of George's plan the whole time to put the wheels in motion to destroy Star Wars. So it's like a whole big thing. But
I was hoping he would fall down from the rafters like a different wrestler.
George takes the mask off and says, "It was me, fans."
More like an Owen Hart coming down than Sting, to be honest with you.
This is Lucas country. Said
that. That's why I'm thankful for things like Project 4K, because they actually are preserving the things, right? Because they've got actual reels.
Despecialized as well.
Yes,
that's great.
I have those. I have those.
Hey, as everybody in the chat was debating whether C-3PO is actually gay or just British.
Oh, or
well, you
bisexual.
see, that's the $1 million question. And it's very difficult. Me being a gay guy, I get confused with being British all the time.
I mean, there's a lot of evidence. He's running away from danger with his little boyfriend, jumping in a pod, finding a young farm boy.
R2D2 is definitely not fucking gay. All right.
No. He is. C-3PO's the bottom. Okay, that's it's just clear. R2D2's the butch.
Very clean.
Yes. It's not like we haven't had this good discussion for decades. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I miss stuff like that.
My favorite part of this meme is that you fucking misspelled Anakin.
Anakin. That makes it better. That actually makes it better. No, and it's not like people can flub up and whatever, and actors don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just.
It's when you look at the whole entire picture of what they're doing, and when you hear that every single person involved with the project is not there for Star Wars. They're there for their own personal agenda and their own personal bullshit. That's where the problem comes into play. If you're dealing with the normal project and one actor happens to slip up and say like something correct, or they don't know the lore or whatever, fucking who cares, right? But the whole thing, this just represents the whole problem with Disney, Star Wars, and Hollywood in general. It's just a bunch of people that they're not thankful to be part of a project that somebody else created, like George Lucas. They're thankful to be part of a project so they can see themselves in the project now. I can show the world who I am through this platform.
Or just make
I gotta talk. I gotta be honest. I have gotten a job. I didn't tell you guys. I'm in the show.
Garrett, you're actually emoting better than the actress in this. So.
Is that a towel on your head?
Oh yes, it is. It's part of my culture.
Can somebody for somebody who doesn't read the industry papers and stuff, can you sum up what the Acolyte plot is for me, please?
Yeah,
Garbage.
There's some gay people.
So,
gay Jedi.
The marketing is that there's a bunch of non-white people, and they're all gay and black. That's the marketing,
and it happens 100 years.
Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. So the marketing is it takes place about 100 years before the movies. It's at the end of the so-called High Republic, which was a thing Disney invented basically to make a bunch of comic books about gay and trans people.
Which failed.
And essentially, this is kind of like the height of the Republic, the height of the glory of the Republic. Everything's perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. And but obviously the Sith still exist. The Jedi are unaware of the Sith threat. But all of a sudden, a couple Jedi have been murdered. And it looks like there's some dark side force user. They start trying to uncover this mystery about this girl who's going around trying to kill Jedi. And along the way, they might uncover something about a Sith plot. That's kind of really what we know so far. Now, what they've spoiled accidentally is that this Acolyte, who's played by Amanda Stenberg, who's the black female that Quarter Black was just impersonating, that she actually has a twin sister. One of them's going to be good. One of them's going to be bad. Like whole kind of thing, which they spoiled. They didn't mean to, but they spoiled it on accident. Leslie Headland spoke about it in an interview now. So,
Ryan, I think you meant to say one of them's going to be good and one of them's going to be black. No, okay. I thought that's what I said. White, one of them's going to be bad.
That would have been the paraphrase.
Anakin's every character now.
Yes, he is. I bypassed the oppressor. God damn it, I fucked that up.
I'm still thinking about that. I bypassed the oppressor. Yeah. I'm still thinking about that fucking misspelling of Anakin.
Anakin.
Anybody ever?
You can't kill younglings. Anakin.
Anybody ever met Hayden Christensen?
No.
Nope.
Do you think he's a good dude?
Have you?
I don't know.
I've heard he's a pretty good dude.
He seems like a good dude.
I think he's legit and chill and just doesn't get involved in a lot of Hollywood.
Except when he calls Trudeau.
I mean, I mean, he's Canadian, so that's always
Yeah.
just a little bit of a
Knock against
downgrade. But he seems fine in terms of just embracing the Star Wars fandom and everything.
Yeah, he's been nice, but he did call Trudeau on May the 4th. So
yeah, I think he supports Justin Trudeau, but
yeah,
can't be perfect.
So he's
Can't be
not
perfect,
a
I
good guy
guess.
at all then.
Well,
like in Canada, you literally go to jail if you don't support. They'll like block your bank account and throw
it's
you in
not like
prison,
this show's producer didn't vote for him once. So
Not me. Not me. He's talking about.
No.
not me. He's talking about.
So we have another. I don't know how long we can get through this because of for one,
my favorite. This is my.
Is he interviewing
favorite
like a
fucking
homeless
interview in
person?
history.
Is this like
Two directors
like
talking about Star Wars.
No, that's Brock Lesnar being interviewed by.
I was gonna say
Lions.
I was gonna
That
say who's
kind of looks like Brock Lesnar and like the early 2000s version of Triple H
Abby.
mixed.
it's Abby?
I thought it was Mick Foley.
Dude, that bitch is ugly. Which one?
I don't know.
Jeremy, which lesbian are you talking about on the screen?
He's
Only
not a
one of the
lesbian.
people
He's a
on
furry.
screen- Only one of the people on screen is taking a dick, and it's not Leslie Edlin.
The Pope got in trouble recently for saying a word that probably matches Dave Filoni's character.
the commie pope?
Bestiality.
Meg.
Yeah, he said that word in Italian.
That's unbelievable. That was unbelievable. I couldn't believe that.
Baggage with an F.
Okay,
we
we
want a cigarette.
maybe. Okay, let's hit play.
Directors talk about Star Wars.
That sounds good.
That does
Let's
sound
do
good.
that actually.
Let's do it.
Uh,
Tell me about
Directors
the
is a bit of a
Acolyte.
stretch.
I'm sorry, just you asking me that question is making me cry.
Is it? That's all right.
Yeah.
It is a big deal to a lot of people. It affects people in different ways, and this is your story. So,
Can we
What I
pause
was
it for a
interested
second?
in.
Pause it, please. Pause it.
Okay. I have never heard Dave Filoni speak before.
Oh man, well,
Okay. Well, no, I haven't.
fruit.
I'm not that interested.
how did
in
you
the
do
guy.
that?
Wow. All right. He sounds almost
Lispy.
exactly what you
A
would
little
expect
lispy.
based on what
It
Tony's
affect
saying.
people in different ways,
It does.
I'm affected when I see a dog walk in the park, and it just makes me really hot and bothered.
Yeah.
all I know is that 19 seconds just gave me cancer.
Was he an extra in Brokeback Mountain?
Maybe.
No, he was the main character.
He wasn't an
the
extra,
stunt
he just,
double.
He just snuck onto the fucking movie just to get fucked, I think.
As I said, he was the stunt double.
He was the cock
Guys
double.
need an extra butthole.
Is this on YouTube? This video?
Yes.
Is there a ratio on it?
I think it just came out recently.
It just
Oh,
came
okay.
out.
That's
Frank,
pretty
Frank,
bad. That's not great. That's not great.
Frank the Stroke Gore shared it with me. So
Yeah.
Examining were the Sith. The master apprentice dynamic. If the apprentice is craving
Bro,
the
she
master's
literally
power,
sounds 10 times more manly than
if
him.
the
It's
apprentice,
really
okay,
wild.
okay, this is former Harvey Weinstein assistant Leslie Headland talking about the apprentice craving the master's power. Just for context.
She loves the
She had a
Sith.
good
She
teacher.
identifies with the Sith. She
Yes.
picks the red lightsaber. There's reasons for this.
Yeah.
then at some point he must recruit his apprentice to overthrow the master.
Yeah.
And that is the Acolyte.
Right.
Who trained you? You don't wake up thinking you're evil or that you're the bad
Sure.
guy.
No, you just go to work for Harvey Weinstein every day thinking you're good.
Also, just like for clarification, the apprentice will eventually seek out who they want their apprentice to be, but when the entire point of the rule of two is not to team up apprentice and like next apprentice against the master. The entire point is that when the apprentice has become more powerful than the master, they take them on head to head and they defeat them.
Yeah.
If they fail, it means that they weren't powerful enough and the master needs to seek out a new apprentice because they weren't worthy. The entire point of that is so each Sith, theoretically would be stronger and stronger than the next.
Yeah.
Not to team up with another person to take down your master and weaken everybody.
Explored by George is Anakin.
Yeah, I don't think Anakin ever thinks he becomes evil.
I
In
agree.
life,
and I
you
think
know.
a lot of the characters in the Acolyte have to convince themselves that they are
Doing the right thing.
they're doing the right thing.
Talking about
That is
No, Clone Wars.
Yeah, no kidding. Ahsoka was such an interesting character to me.
When we started, we had it very much a shell shock moment for her that she was out of her depth.
My God, why are we talking about Ahsoka? Fuck.
He's literally wearing her jacket.
Because he's wearing the jacket.
Stop
Dude. And I'll never forget it. George watching it and saying, "You guys are taking this a bit too seriously." He went on to explain that, like, even at a young age, she's not out of her depth for any of this.
I had a similar experience with the character Jackie. There was a note from somebody that was, wouldn't she be scared on her first mission? And I remember you telling me about that story.
So I just made her again.
Yeah.
Yes.
In my show now.
I made her Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Boys don't even exist anymore. I mean, come on.
Well, not in this show.
The galaxy was wiped out not by the Empire, but lack of breeding.
I can't imagine why there's no masculinity left in Star Wars after listening to this. It's a complete mystery.
It's bad. We might get more of it in this. After listening to Leslie Headland speak, we may get more of it in this show than we got in Ahsoka.
I think that guy's going to wish he actually got killed in Squid Game by the end of this series.
Dude.
He probably doesn't even know what he's saying. I don't think he speaks English.
Jedi training has to be valuable. It prepares them for the galaxy.
Do not.
Oh, come on. Do not. There's no try. That's like,
just don't even
if
do
you're
that.
Trying, you're not
Don't
actually
even
doing
do
it.
that. How dare you?
I had to do that with Acolyte for sure. My agreement with myself was whenever it overwhelms you that you're doing your dream.
I'm glad she had an agreement with herself. Not narcissistic at all.
The only person she's ever made sure was okay with consent.
This will be the worst thing that's ever been produced by Lucasfilm.
Easily.
This is
Dude,
going to be
easily.
fucking horrific.
When does it come out?
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yeah, a few days from now.
Wow.
A few
Hang on.
days.
Yeah.
Hang on. Is it going to be binge or
No,
it's going to be first
weekly.
2 episodes. First 2 episodes come out on June 4th, and then weekly after that.
Yeah, it's the reason why they started the fan text, because no one's talking about this stupid show. Nobody fucking cares.
Well, they just gave the show to reviewers like today, right? So
That's
and,
fine.
and House of the Dragon gave the first 2 episodes of a couple of days ago to reviewers. So that tells you. I mean, it's still a few days away, but they were trying to like hold this off. And when they come out and attack fans, I mean, do we even need to say it now? We know how big of a piece of shit it's going to be when that's their first move.
Mm-hmm.
Every
me and Ryan
time.
were talking about this the other day. I was trying to this is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, before the show has come out, they've preemptively started to call the fans racist and sexist. Usually it's after it comes out and gets shit on. No, that was after though, wasn't it?
No, it was before.
No,
it was before.
It was before.
No. Obi-Wan. So the Obi-Wan series, remember, the stuff started after episode 2 or 3, which was then they blamed the fans for racist for the Moses Ingram stuff. Moses Ingram gave an interview where she said that Kathleen Kennedy told her to be ready for racist like fan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like Kathleen Kennedy making a statement, the showrunner making a statement, all these things specifically about fans, I think this is the first time we've seen a public attack on fans like that
prior to the series or movie
coming
out.
I mean, Rings of Power did it too.
No, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
What an incredible.
But the Moses Ingram stuff, because I
existed.
put it in my first video, that stuff was prior to Obi-Wan coming out. I mean, I could be wrong, but I put the clips in my the Instagram Moses Ingram stuff came out.
No.
before.
That was after the first 2 or 3. That was in the middle of airing the Kenobi series.
Okay.
No,
I could be wrong.
No. The Instagram stuff came out before the show. It was a week before the show that she put out the video with the Instagram stuff saying, "Look at me, I'm being racially leased." That's a week.
Now I have no idea.
Go back and look at that timeline.
Well, all we have to do is look at our first video.
Maybe it was after the lightsaber that failed.
Oh yeah, that failed. How about the Ollie's and all the other discount places full of toys that are on discount because Star Wars is a male brand. Star Wars is a male brand That is for everyone. It's been mutated into a female brand that's now for no one. And
which is what is your boy Chris Gore, Frank Gore, Stroke Gore, whatever you call him these days?
Frank the Stroke Gore.
Yeah,
stroking it.
What is that tweet he put out that got so much traction?
I'm going to paraphrase, but one of the biggest mistakes, one of the biggest regrets in Hollywood history is turning Star Wars from a boys brand into a girls brand.
Yes,
Which is a fact.
And he pissed off a lot of people
Yeah.
when he put that tweet out. He pissed off a lot of people.
But he's right though.
So I just looked it up. Moses Ingram sharing her shit, Obi-Wan or Ewan McGregor supporting Star Wars, supporting her, all that stuff happened essentially the week after the Obi-Wan Kenobi premiere.
I sit corrected.
Yeah.
Felt like it happened before. But Rings of Power definitely happened before. So this is the first time. So technically, this is the first time that they've preemptively come out because they know they have a giant piece of shit. When has this ever fucking worked? Like when? Please, Nate, I'm waiting. When has this ever fucking worked?
I don't think that they're trying to make it work. I just think that they're trying to build this constant narrative. Like they're trying to get out in front of it because they know. We're like, this is not about working. This is not about trying to make it.
But even getting ahead of it, like it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work.
Gary. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a single shit about.
Fill up search results.
You know anyone that identifies as a Star Wars fan, they don't give a fuck. This isn't for Star Wars fans. This is for fucking them and their fucking ideology and their fucking lifestyle choices. That's what it's there for. It's got nothing to do
making money,
with any audience.
Be damned. Making money, be damned.
They don't care about money. They don't care about fans. They don't care about the universe. They don't care about the characters. It's about taking over spaces which have an existing fan base so that they can moralize and preach and fucking try to usurp what's going on and push their ideology. This stuff that we just mentioned, is stuff about the Kenobi shit. Those I'm absolutely convinced. I'll have to go back to my video, but the examples they used happened before the show came out. So this was an already orchestrated attack that they knew they were going to do. This was a marketing ploy that they already were going to do. As regards to, oh my gosh, she's black, she's getting attacked. No, the character was fucking dog shit. The show was an embarrassment.
She can't act.
Clearly, fucking Ewan McGregor was called up to can you just drop everything and do a quick video going, our fucking audience are racist. This is Disney. This is why they're fucking bombing at the cinema. This is why their stock price keeps tumbling. Nobody fucking likes this company because nobody at the company likes their audience.
You know what I think it is? All right, you know what I think it is? Because it does not work, as is bang on the money. It doesn't work to, bring fans back or anything. It just causes to alienate them. But I think it works in something internally. It works to confirm their own confirmation bias. It works to make them feel good about themselves. It works to continue the internal circle jerk where they're like, even though the fans are getting pissed off, we are virtuous. We are right. We are on the right side of history by making representation and stuff like that. And they're all the bad guys. And they're all just trying to convince themselves. And they do, I think successfully convince themselves that
it's confirmation. It's confirmation bias. But ultimately, it doesn't work. They spent supposedly $180 million on this dog shit. They're going to lose $180 million on this dog shit. How long are the episodes, Ryan? They're half an hour, right?
Half an hour.
Half an hour is what they're saying, yeah.
Oh, thank Christ. That means,
I know.
An hour.
That means 20 minutes then.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
roughly.
Can I ask a quick question about what was
I think what they're also trying to do is that when you look.
No.
Chrissy, are you on a delay?
Go for it.
Are you on a delay? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Stroking.
Yes.
Christy, can you hear me?
Yeah, she's on.
She's on a delay.
She's on a delay. She's on a delay.
You got
Speak,
bad
Chrissy,
internet.
go! Hurry up!
Go!
Take my boobs out. I think they're just trying to create an internet news sort of paper trail for themselves so that they can look back and when people look back, oh, what went wrong? They can be like, well, here's this article saying it was the fucking fan base and the patriarchy. They're just trying to write history as it goes along.
They're unable to make content. They're not creative enough to do it. They keep trying and they don't know why they can't do it. And then when they make something that's shit and they know it's shit, they go, all right, let's gear up this gaslighting articles scenario, so they can go back and be like, well, that's why it failed, not because we suck, but because they suck.
Well, I also think it's the only way they can get people to talk about it. And I know Benny was trying to make a point, so Benny, go ahead.
I just maybe an hour ago in this live, somebody was like, pale stale, right? Not allowed to use white males. Yet the top grossing movie over the last 2 years was a white male actor Top Gun sequel, right? Like, with like a little bit of, I don't know, new cast members, whatever, colorful cast members sprinkled in here and there, but like still
Oppenheimer.
Still really like central. Oppenheimer was great. I just got a chance to watch that. Like really central to the storyline itself. And Top Gun, I think Top Gun out-earned Barbie and Oppenheimer combined. You'd have to check the numbers.
No, not combined. Not combined.
But still a massive success, right? Like
Spider-Man No Way Home made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
hey,
I don't remember that being political.
2 white guys are going to be saving the summer this year. It's going to be White Boy Summer, Benny, with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah.
So why do they keep tripling down on also,
it's what Az was saying.
As bad as Barbie was, who's the one that everyone talked about?
Ken.
Ken. The white guy.
Well,
the meme is Ken.
Well,
the meme was Ken.
To what Az was saying, it's a religion to them. So it's beyond making money, but this is also a holdover. This is something they had to produce and had to come out with. And we'll find out if real change comes, because they're going to lose their ass on this. And they know it. And it does further damage to the brand, if you can even do that at this point.
I was going to say,
how the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
Does Leslie Headland get fired?
No, she gets promoted.
She gets promoted.
Going up the chain, man.
Kathleen Kennedy. This is like this show. Kathleen Kennedy cried when Leslie Headland was pitching this series to the Lucasfilm executives. This story about, lost sisters and lesbians and scissoring and taking power from a master. Like,
hey, will we get light scissors?
That's gonna double into lightsaber dildos.
Maybe.
Well, we're getting lightsaber whips.
Yes.
They're already moving.
We'll get light scissors.
Light scissors.
Lightsabers on those scissors.
Like, do they love bankruptcy? Do they hate money? I don't get it, man. I thought that was the point here, is to make cash. Like,
Hey,
I just don't understand it, man.
Benny, Bob Iger said they're going to focus on quality over quantity. That's what he said. Okay.
Is this like the 3rd time he said that?
It's like the 6th time.
Yeah.
He said it a lot.
A lot.
The wonderful thing about free markets is that they're corrective, with the exception of Hollywood. I get modern day Hollywood. Hollywood's made a lot of corrections in the past. There's been many eras of like real down Hollywood.
It's already correcting, Benny. I mean, like Furiosa is a great example of a movie that wasn't going to do well anyway, because its predecessor didn't do that well, because it focused on a character nobody really gave a shit about. And it was a historic flop. If you adjust for inflation, I know a lot of people are saying 2 or 3 decades, but if you adjust for inflation, it's close to 4 decades. Worst Memorial Day since the fucking early 80s. Since this franchise started. So it would have made money if you put Mad Max in it. The Disney trilogy would have made money if you had Han, Luke, and Leia together for the whole fucking damn thing, and better writers and stuff. But
like they made a Top Gun with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has done, let's just call them controversial things, right, over the last couple decades. Mm-hmm. Mel Gibson has done controversial things over the last couple decades. Like, put the guy in your movie and make $2 billion. I don't understand why that's hard math. It seems like really like the easiest math ever.
Well, the virtues thing is more important. The message is more important. That's the reason why they don't do it.
You might get money in the short term, but you lose out on the whole DEI social credit store in the long run. Yeah.
So Benny, have you heard about the DEI and also the ESG investment money stuff? Because it's affecting gaming quite a lot, because to make these projects it takes millions and millions of dollars, more money than what the studio wants to invest in their own capital and stuff, and so they want to get investors, and ESG investment is one of the biggest investment things, but they have their tick boxes. If you want our investment money, you got to make sure you have these types of representations and stuff in it, and it's been affecting gaming a lot, because these large AAA gaming projects, huge budgets, and it requires massive investment. And so the ESG capital that all these gaming companies have been chasing, they get locked in that if you want to get this investment money, you have to tick these check boxes. And so they do essentially want money, but they need more money upfront to invest to build these big movies, these big gaming projects. And because the investment ones are completely co-opted by this activist woke mentality, it has to have that representation in the forefront. And it's going to take a while for it to get phased through because they aren't returning on the investment. They're all bombing.
You're seeing some of it at the Oscars, right? Because now they're changing the categories so that you can't get nominated and you can't win if you don't have enough diversity.
There's rules.
You know?
Didn't Oppenheimer win? Didn't Oppenheimer win every award?
It took a lot of them.
It won a lot.
So also too, the rules are, so it's not just about on camera, it's also off camera. So there has to be
it's
some
marketing,
level of diversity inclusion. Yeah.
You have to have a certain.
All this nonsense dies when the ESG money dries.
You have to have a certain amount of diverse people in your marketing team. Like it goes all the way down the board, and that is aside from the rules that these companies already implemented, and that is aside from the rules that the WGA has now implemented in their surveys. So it stifles and kills creativity. It kills profitability, and that's why you have everybody in Hollywood running around like genuinely, finally worried years too late because you can't really repair this if you can't be creative and you can't take chances. And they walked right into a trap with this strike, Benny. Like it was the biggest trap in the world. The producers spent money like a fucking coke fiend and hired all these people because they thought the streaming bubble was just the way to go, or the streaming was going to way to go, and the bubble burst. And then when the bubble burst, they're like, oh shit, we got rid of a lot of stuff that worked before, like licensing out our stuff, which they're starting to do, but it's too late, or putting ads on streaming service and abandoning the theaters. So it was just a calamity that happened all at once. And the producers got out of a lot of bad deals with that strike. And it's going to take them 2 or 3 years to turn around, and it'll never be what it was. Never.
So from Gary, your guys' channels, I saw positive reviews for Fall Guy, for Furiosa. Everybody on here said something nice about Furiosa. They said there's something redeeming about it. Like, did everybody see it? Like, what?
Yeah, I like it.
But I didn't see Furiosa.
I thought it was very average.
One at a time.
Great.
To a little good.
I like the guy that was in the middle that looked like Mad Max.
Yeah, Praetorian Jack.
Yes, we talked about this a lot. So it doesn't really matter if Hollywood gives us.
Mad Max.
Thank you, Garrett. Fuck off. Everybody has talked about this, but it doesn't matter if we have good movies or not. They have to be like a grand slam in order to get people to go see things, because the general public has lost the trust of the movie industry. So even if somebody is like 50-50, this might be good, this might not be good, they're typically going to stay home. Whereas 10 years ago, if they were 50-50, if there was some level of interest, they would usually go take the risk and like, let's go check it out. Now,
you give it the benefit of the doubt. You show up to the mall on a Friday with your girlfriend being like, let's just figure out a movie to go to, and you'd go see whatever it's a comedy, an action movie, whatever. We don't do that anymore. People plan out their fucking theater trips days, weeks in advance now, because there's so few things that they actually want to take a chance on. And when you have so many other platforms like YouTube, like even if you're talking about podcasts, like whatever, you got so many different ways to be entertained nowadays. The thing that people trust the least out of all of it is mainstream Hollywood entertainment.
Correct.
So it feels like that's always going to be the last thing for people.
There are
if they're not
demographic
sure if it's good or not.
Yeah, there are demographic trackings on this too. And so Garfield film, for instance, about 75% of the audience opening weekend were infrequent goers, people who see less than a movie a month, basically. So the ones who pick like a random film to watch maybe a few times a year. Whereas for Furiosa, they had about 50-50. So more interest by infrequent goers going to see Garfield versus going to see Furiosa. So people who are not seeing films all the time.
That's really families. Yeah. That's really what that is. Yeah. That's families taking their kids to a movie every 3 months or something. That's what that is.
And so something like Furiosa, which I didn't see, and I didn't like Fury Road. I know everyone else did, but the problem is it's not about the quality of the movie. it's a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. That's the problem.
Yep.
Like,
I think
that's the issue with it.
Bottom line.
I think that's one of the problems. Absolutely. I think it compounds with a number of other things as well. Because I think a lot of people, because Furiosa averaged to some enjoyable parts for me, and that's what I'm kind of seeing with a lot of reviews. It wasn't, I wouldn't say the worst thing ever, but it still flopped massively. And I really do think a lot of people are getting sick of the bait the switch is like, you're just replacing another male character, which is a big sign of just it being woke trash. Even though the film wasn't necessarily woke trash, people see that as a warning sign. And so
Shad,
that
Fury Road has more feminist messaging in it than Furiosa.
Right,
like a lot more.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And so, but people are, when they see that as a massive warning sign, but I think it gets compounded with, they're also getting fed up with the girl boss trope. It's like, oh, it's another female action girl boss that is just going to lecture all the male characters and show how tough they are, which actually wasn't in Furiosa. Furiosa wasn't a Mary Sue girl boss. She fails multiple times and she doesn't beat up bigger guys than her. She has to use cunning, guile, and guns, but they see it as a warning sign. She's this female action hero front and center, and people are getting fed up with it. And so those are the two big things that people are getting checked out on. But then it's compounded by the fact that the goodwill in Hollywood is dead. People are going to wait for rave reviews to actually leave their home and see it, at the cinemas now. And we're back in the day, if it was just like, oh, this is the next action blockbuster flick, let's go see it because we expect to have a good time at the cinemas. I think that's dead. And then the final compounding fact is streaming. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to be a middling thing. I'm already paying a certain amount of money for my streaming service. I don't technically need to pay a single dollar more. I'll wait a few months. I essentially get it for free now on streaming. And so they'll watch it there. And all those things compounded together to have one of the most historic flops we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And are you talking about the movie or the entire film industry?
I think all those.
Shad's got some really good points there because the problem is Furiosa's failure isn't the audience not going, it's the movies that have come before it. That's Furiosa's failure because those films have been so garbage, you've killed your audience. You've killed the interest. We had all the Madam Web thing about Netflix and the whole, oh my God, loads of people have watched Madam Web on Netflix. Again, yes, because loads of people already have an existing Netflix membership. So they're watching Madam Web for nothing in their eyes because they're already paying it anyway. And there's a huge difference between providing somebody with something for free than telling them to get up, go to the cinema, travel to the cinema, take multiple people, pay all those tickets, sit down and watch a pile of shit. We don't know how much of Madam Web was actually watched in as much as they could have been like half hour and gone, fuck off.
Well, remember the preview, you scroll over in the preview plays, that counts as a view.
No. That's actually not how Netflix does their view count. Netflix does their view count by essentially you take however many minutes it was watched and you divide it by the runtime of that movie, and that's how they put out views.
Yeah, that you're thinking iPlayer, like BBC iPlayer. If you click on that for a second, that's a view.
Yeah. But the thing with Madam Web that goes undiscussed was a day fucking later, it wasn't the top movie anymore. It was like,
I know, right?
It was there, and then it got dethroned by like Atlas or something.
Atlas.
So, yeah.
Imagine that double feature, Madam Web and Atlas. Holy
man. It also goes back to the spend problem, right? It goes back to the spend problem too, because they're putting so much money up front into these projects and they are inflating the value that's just not actually there. And that's why you're like, even though Furiosa is going to be a pretty big flop, probably losing over $100 million, that's still nothing compared to the biggest box office losers, even from last year, especially Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, or even a film like, for instance, Fast 10, right? Fast 10 made like over $700 million worldwide, but because it cost $340 million to make, it was one of the biggest box office losers of last year, losing like $200+ million. So the spend is another big part of this too, is that they're overvaluing what they think the film can make, and those films just can't make that kind of money anymor.
As a parent with like little kids, I got to tell you, the reason I go to Garfield is that I don't think there's going to be any gender bending, gratuitous sex scenes, DEI, like woke, deeply inappropriate, subtle messaging or not so subtle messaging, like shoved into my kid's face. Like, what's that sex scene in Garfield? Like him, lasagna, Hot day.
He does
hot
make love
lasagna.
to lasagna.
I think Lizzo
So what-
gets aroused when she watches Garfield.
So it's like I'm gonna go take my because at least Garfield is gonna be brand safe, right? Like that's why Garfield. I was like, why is Garfield making so much money? Because
You
people
would
can go
hope.
to it.
And it's not.
You
It's
got to
not
be
something like-
careful though. Yeah, sorry, you got to be careful though, Benny, these days because they want to put that type of stuff in children's media. This is why I do not trust Disney at all. They want to go out of their way to put the messaging in children's media. But usually, you would like to think a children's film not made by Disney has a higher chance of being safe, but you just can't
And
be
the,
sure.
the
these
thing
days.
with Garfield is it only costs like $50 million to make, 50 or 60 million. So like its threshold for profitability is so much lower.
But seriously, how the fuck does Garfield?
Dude.
Fucking Garfield got 50 million.
It's insane, dude.
Garfield the cat? What are you talking about?
Kids don't even know who Garfield is, man.
Because it's animated, and they have to go through the typical studio animated, production companies, right? So that is going to have a cost.
It costs half as much as the Minions Despicable Me movies, which they cost half as much as Disney Pixar movies.
Godzilla -1.
The Garfield movie, animation-wise, cost a quarter of what an average Pixar or Disney animated movie costs.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we laugh at those. We laugh at those values. 50 million for Garfield movies is a joke. That should be made on 20 million, 10 million tops. It's insane. The movie industry is not giving itself any fucking leeway. It's not giving itself a chance anymore.
Well, that's
everyone in the chat saying that all that money went to Chris Pratt to voice Garfield.
Maybe.
Also,
unions
are a big part of this too, though.
Fucking $5 for a goddamn double cheeseburger at McDonald's. My money doesn't go as far as it used to.
Yes. No.
Also, it is the unions, right? Because Godzilla -1's a great example of a lot of that was just in-house by the direct, so they didn't have to really outsource a whole lot of that. That was all self-contained.
Dude, they should make Garfield -1 out of
giant Garfield looking for lasagna, man.
Massive Garfield. Okay, rolling through the city.
Hates Mondays.
Yeah.
Where's my fucking lasagna?
There's not enough lasagna in the world. No, Odin's right. The unions create so much redundancy, and then
I'd go see Garfield -1. I'd see that.
I would
if
too.
it was made in Japan, I'd see that in a heartbeat.
But there's a lot of redundancy out there, and like even the COVID protocols, which they dial back, still kind of exist. So once you create another industry, and now they negotiated higher pay. That's why there's fewer union members actually working now. So they kind of screwed themselves. But yeah, you film something in America with American workers, it's going to cost you money. When you have to go to the UK to save money, that's bad. That's really bad, because if you know how the UK works at all, but you get tax breaks there, that shows you how bad our fucking dollar is. So.
The comments are straight up Garfield fan fiction. Garfield versus Lizzo.
Gojira. Oh, hey, Garrett.
Odie
Pull up
opera.
Lizzo, South Park. I forgot about
I
it.
just want to see Garfield voiced by a sumo wrestler, right? Japanese sumo wrestler guy.
Yeah.
Who needs Chris Pratt? You get me some
thing is,
Japanese
you-
Garfield.
How much did Chris Pratt get paid for
Chris
that?
Pratt. You don't need Chris Pratt to voice
That's right.
Garfield in the slightest. Because Garfield is the fucking sell there. You don't need him. Kids, it's for kids. Kids don't fucking give a shit who's voicing Garfield as long as it sounds like Garfield.
I bet he got 25 million. I bet half of it was Chris Pratt. I bet that was
Can't blame
half the
Chris.
budget.
I'd take that money.
No, you can't blame Chris
That's
Pratt.
easy fucking money.
I bet he got paid 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah.
Not you're talking about a voice acting role, if that.
Well, also, he's the kind of person where he might have taken a lower check.
Maybe.
Too. Possibly. He's the kind of person where it'd be more likely than not that he could do that.
You're not talking about a fucking 8-week movie shoot or something. You're talking about a couple days in a fucking voice acting thing. So I would be doubtful that it's even that much.
Anybody see the last South Park, the end of obesity?
I did. It was fucking hilarious.
Fucking so good.
I saw the
I
clip.
just reacted to Lizzo's reaction.
Dude, we'll look at Lizzo's reaction, but like the bigger thing is we'll watch this first, and I'll tell you like what this.
By the way,
devolves into.
Asmongold's reaction to Ryan's reaction was fucking fantastic.
Wait a minute.
He's like, this dude's
Whoa.
going hard.
God, the fucking internet. Asmongold's reaction to Ryan's reaction. Was there a reaction?
Lizzo's reaction.
Jeremy,
of South
why
Park.
did you do a reaction to Asmongold's reaction to Ryan's reaction? Okay, good.
Yes.
Thank you. I would have been
Then Hassan
disappointed if you
just got
didn't.
there.
I missed that one.
Reception shit.
I usually watch all the G&G Daily. I missed that one. Sorry. I was on vacation. Give me a break. Thank you.
Let's tell. I'm going to start doing like retarded level like reactions to things.
Why don't you start just EFAP yourself, dude? That's all you need to do.
My X-Men video was really good. Where and then I accidentally agreed with myself when I said something. I'm like,
wait. You accidentally agreed with yourself.
I was watching so this was about me going back to my X-Men 97 before the series came out, and I had everybody going, "Oh, this didn't age well," and so I was like, fine, fuck it. Let's just react to my video and see if it didn't age well. And it actually aged very well. Because I said, Disney has done so much damage. I don't give a shit about this series. I don't care if it's good. But if you're excited about it, go for it. Don't let me rain on your parade. And guess what? Nobody fucking watched it because Disney has done so much damage.
Yeah.
But I'm watching my video and I'm listening. And I said something. I said, agreed. I was like, what the fuck? Did I just agree with myself?
That was a really good point. Yeah.
Well made point.
Man,
Gary,
let me get my notepad out. Right?
Yes.
So X-Men, is it gonna work? Like, is this gonna work?
The MCU?
I was talking the
Wolverine in the yellow suit.
It's gonna be a huge hit. It's gonna be a huge hit. It might be the hit of the year, but it will be.
Many people. I was on here before the Flash came out, and some were predicting that the Flash could make $1 billion. And it didn't happen. And it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And so I remember being on FNT, and so my question is, is this gonna work?
It 1,000% is going to work. I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion, but it will be a success.
It'll have a monster
650 to 850 most likely.
A monster opening weekend, like without a doubt. The theater, my local theater at the 3:00 showing is sold out already.
The thing that the thing that a lot of people, and I know I didn't think it was going to make $1 billion, but I didn't think it was going to flop as hard as it did being the Flash. But the thing that a lot of people underestimated with the Flash was the hatred for Ezra Miller, and just the overall. We didn't really understand, and most people didn't understand how bad things were for DC. I mean, it was horrible, and I don't think people fully realize it because they thought that Michael Keaton's Batman returning was going to give that film a massive bump, and the fact that Ben Affleck's Batman was in it, but it just didn't work. So, but you go into a Ryan Reynolds and a Hugh Jackman level of like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is a legitimate megastar. He's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like that is a perfect casting.
Born for the role.
And bringing Hugh Jackman into this and bringing the original Wolverine suit for the first time, and the fact that they're going to be leaning into a lot of different things. It's going to be a huge hit.
And the popcorn bucket.
Isn't his marketing firm behind it too? Like I think that's another big factors to why.
Well, the marketing has been really good for this movie.
Yeah.
Especially the right before.
Look at that.
Yeah. The problem is going to be
Come on.
The funny thing is that is actually Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
There's no audio either. I don't know if you tried. To But the problem is, even if it's a big hit, whatever that means, say it makes $900 million, which would be more than either Deadpool movie has made before. Say it makes $900 million. What if it costs them $300 million plus to make it?
And it probably did with the delays.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at something that doesn't break even, like, or might barely break even, depending on the breakdown.
Like Doctor Strange Mom, almost made $1 billion, cost almost $500 million. So, that's a good
stop
question.
Making retardedly expensive movies that are
maybe
probably, money laundering schemes for most people.
Fucking Joker didn't learn that. So
let's answer Benny's question in the proper context. If Wolverine and Deadpool is successful, it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
For moving forward for any other
for the
superhero
MCU,
movies.
It's an isolated.
Can you unpack that?
It's isolated. It's isolated because you're dealing with two megastars in these roles, two iconic characters that haven't been ruined by Hollywood up to this point. And it's almost like Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home came out and it did what? Did it do $2 billion?
Yes, over $2 billion.
$2 billion in the middle of the MCU just completely falling apart right around it. But that's because everything else with the MCU was all geared around identity politics and all these other the Eternals and all this other bullshit, the MCU. So that's the same thing with Deadpool. Deadpool is going to get a huge bump for the narrative, but it's not going to actually do anything to move superhero movies forward because the rest of them are bogged down by terrible casting and identity politics narratives that no fan really cares about. And that's what I've been saying for a while is I don't think there's such thing as superhero fatigue. I think there's bad movie fatigue. And you can't sit there and release unknown characters with terrible actors that were cast for identity politics reasons with terrible writers writing the stories and expect people to continue to show up to those movies in 2024 when YouTube's there and Netflix there and streaming services and smartphones and video games. You have to give people a reason to get out of their ass and go to a movie theater. Deadpool and Wolverine will do that, but it's a very isolated situation that will do nothing to prolong or help the universe.
You have to give people what they want, period.
Yes.
And they don't want Black Falcon, Captain America. They just don't, and then that'll flop. And that's what that's the next movie that comes out right after Deadpool and Wolverine. It'll be right back. And by the way, a film they completely reshot. The reshoots are going on right now. And when it takes you apparently 7 times, I don't know if any of this is true, to write a fucking Blade movie, which is a guy killing vampires. Apparently, this is some code they can't crack. It's like let's have a vampire hunter kill vampires. They can't figure this out. It's taken 5 years.
Yeah,
so
they've got a Manhattan Project going on it.
As a normie, as somebody who doesn't do this professionally, like y'all, I watched the trailer for Deadpool Wolverine.
Yep.
Then I watched it again because I was so entertained by the trailer. And then I watched it again, and I've never done that because I thought this was really entertaining and it was dense and it's funny and I was chuckling at the trailer. And I don't know if I'm a sucker, right? Am I a sucker? Am I going to be like tricked? Is this movie gonna suck?
You're more than likely going to be very entertained by it.
Because many people watch the Last Jedi trailer and they're like, oh, it's intriguing, maybe. Like,
I mean,
I think the thing that
we don't know. We have to find out.
Yeah,
But
I think it's going to
also
be funny. I think people are going to be really entertained by it, the back and forth, not just between Deadpool and Wolverine, but the actors themselves have a good rapport and a good back and forth. So I think that's going to be
good chemistry. Yep.
Will it be a good movie? With it wrapped up in all the shadow of the MCU as a whole, it's definitely going to make fun of itself, which is going to be great. The MCU needs to be taken down a peg by a character like Deadpool. That's going to be funny. But if it is more of this multiverse bullshit that people are so tired of with the TVA, with all these other things, is the movie going to actually be any good? That might be like plot wise. That might be a question.
I think that'll be the difference between a billion. If it is good, Benny, it'll only make people want to see more Deadpool. It will not make them want to see the new diverse.
Yeah, this is a Fox property. These are Fox properties.
Interesting. Well, as far as the box office is concerned, right? So, like the other thing that you need to always remember, because people talk, will it make $1 billion or not? If you look unadjusted numbers, only one rated R film has ever made $1 billion, and it was Joker. So it's very hard for rated R films, basically what I'm trying to say, to get to that level. Do I think that it's impossible for this movie? No, I think it's absolutely possible. Do I think it's likely? Probably not, just based off of previous showings, but it's going to do really, really well. The question is, how well does it do? And the bigger question, as someone mentioned earlier, right, is how much did it cost to make?
Yeah, and that is the difference. The word of mouth, if it's phenomenal, if it's great, people will tell, hey, go watch this. You got to watch it next week. People will show back up. Next week after that, people will show back up. But it has to be perfect.
Well, and Disney and Hollywood need the optics for this. They need this to be a hit. If this one is not a hit, they are fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
And like
Absolutely
you said,
fucked.
Gary, like they need to give the audience what they want, but they also need to give the audience what they want consistently every single week. That they need that's why they call them tent poles, because it holds the fucking industry up. And we destroyed both tent poles years ago.
Well, and Benny, to your point about like
And now we can't go camping.
Exactly.
The Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which a lot of us expected to do extremely well opening weekend, actually did good. It still did good, but it fell short of expectations, and that was kind of a wake up call to like,
that's
Marvel
fatigue.
and Disney is like, well, that's because the audience has lost all faith in Marvel and the brand, but it still ended up, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the highest was it the highest grossing Guardians movie or the second highest grossing?
I think it was just under Guardians 2.
Yeah,
because it's middle.
289 million opening weekends still. So like even with all that, like we're talking still about a movie that when you compare it to the films of today, right, of the terrible Furiosa opening, like 289 million was the global opening for Guardians 3, right?
Yeah.
So we're still talking about very different numbers. But again, why? Because people were being given something that they actually were interested in seeing,
and word of mouth was good,
and word of mouth was good for 3, and it ended up doing around what people expected it to
very
do
well.
Once it got its legs.
Did very
once
well.
it got its legs. But what was the next thing that came out?
The Marvels.
The Marvels, which was the biggest failure in Marvel Cinematic Universe history. So the success of Guardians 3 had absolutely nothing to do with helping the universe moving forward. The universe was still damaged. And the reason Guardians was something that Guardians feels a little disconnected from the wider universe, because the Guardians doesn't have all the bullshit within the universe. That's the same thing that I feel like Deadpool Wolverine's going to have going for it. Go ahead, Az.
No, just share. Could you just share this image? Because I am fucking all in on this film.
Make it happen right now.
Yes.
Make it happen right now.
It wants the lasagna.
Million, that's like,
it wants the lasagna. Ramen, lasagna, ramen,
of course, it's
lasagna.
gotta be a Monday.
Yeah.
That is so good.
We didn't lose World War II for this shit.
Yeah.
It's good to hear it.
Hail, Mr. Black. That was freaking brilliant. That was brilliant. Yeah, ultimately, I think it's going to do well its first weekend, and we just got to see how good it is. Deadpool 2, I liked it, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't as good as
the first one.
It wasn't
as good as the first
It was
one.
all right. Really annoying kid. Too long, by the way.
Yeah. Fat kid.
Yeah. But they got the Juggernaut right. Fuck, they got the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
he looked great.
That was great.
But as far as audience, globally 782 versus 785.
Same
Deadpool
thing,
2
yeah,
making more.
same
So
difference.
Well,
it lost
and what's
no
the
audience,
difference?
really.
What's true? But what was the difference in budget? Deadpool 1 was 50 to 70.
Oh yeah, huge difference. Yeah, for sure.
Made a
Oh,
lot of
Deadpool
fucking
2
money.
was a lot less profitable than Deadpool 1, but still, like the fact that audience-wise, you're
retaining,
very-
yes.
Yeah.
And that's, but Hugh Jackman does count for something. Him being in his fucking Wolverine costume does count for something.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a monster opening weekend. Maybe not like Spider-Man No Way Home, but like pretty close. Like, just anecdotally.
It's got all the makings of a Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
It's not Hugh Jackman coming back. But
in the long run, this doesn't fix anything. I mean, I don't know what you guys know about the Scarlet Witch stuff. Is that rumor at this point, or are they actually going to make a Scarlet Witch movie?
Rumor. It's rumor.
Okay.
There's a lot of rumor. Like Mahershala Ali supposedly is out as Blade. That's rumor.
That's
right
also
now.
rumor, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't. I would who would blame him? 5 years.
Yeah.
5
Yeah, why
years
would you
they
still be
announced
there?
that. Yeah, and he's like a really, he's an actual good actor, and he'd be great in the part. But he would also be second or third fiddle in one of the.
They made that announcement the week that I met you guys in San Diego.
Yes. Holy shit.
That's how long ago it's been since they made the Blade announcement.
Holy shit.
Comic-Con 2019, when I met Gary and Jeremy at a bar in San Diego with like 5 or 6 other fans.
At our first meetup.
That was
Gary, you know how you said what's the code to crack here? The reason why it's going to consistent rewrites is that they are trying to find how they can not make a Blade movie with Blade.
Exactly.
Right.
No, exactly.
That's the problem.
That's the problem is they can't get their head around like, wow, it's a strong black male character. We can't have that. We can't have any. Yeah. We can't have any masculinity in this. And for one, I guess one of the rewrites is now they're going to have a male villain instead of him fighting a female villain. I'm kind of down with our idea for like him fighting the KKK in the 30s, like vampire KKK. That would be more interesting. It would. But
if they could pull it off, it's gonna be. If they did it now, it would be, so ingrained with their racial kind of.
In a vacuum, the idea is
Clifton. In the '80s, he would have just been blowing him to hell, and it would have been fun and campy. I don't think.
Clifton Duncan DM'd me. I can't say the context, but he was talking about an actor, and he's like, "Yeah, that actor's was never that effeminate before." And he's all, they're just trying to make all the POCs gay. And that's what they've been doing with especially black male actors in Hollywood for years now. They've been trying to because they don't want to have the strong black male actor. They want to have him be effeminate. There's a gay black. It's like the magical. Here, wait, I better not say it. Let's have Eric say it. Let me find it. Hang on.
Do the drop.
I'll say it.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
It happened while you were waiting for it, Chrissy, because you're on a delay. Thank you. No, they have the American Society of Effeminate Black Negroes. That's
I think it makes sense, right? You get to check off 2 of your bullshit diversity requirements. You got a minority, you got a gay, right? 1 cast member. Easy.
Well, that's what they called in the Film Threat article the twofer. You can't just be a POC now. You got to have additions. You have to have accessories. So non-binary, trans,
disabled, autistic,
yeah.
I mean, no joke, it's happening all the time. Even with the new Assassin's Creed, they had the diverse, but no, that's not enough. He's also gay.
Oh my god,
tick boxes. They are doing the tick boxes.
Feudal Japan. He's gay. Okay.
Is there going to be any of that in Deadpool?
Well, there was in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, there was.
They race swapped Domino. There was lesbians.
Am I wrong that Ryan Reynolds came out with some type of statement? Maybe it wasn't real, but some type of statement to lower expectations for this movie. Did I see that incorrectly?
I don't think so. There was a statement, but
I'll find it. I know what you're talking about. I'll pull it up.
He's like, hey, everyone, tone down your expectations. This movie is really thin.
I think it was.
Was that real?
He uses a ton of sarcasm. Ryan Reynolds does.
Yeah.
I remember the statement you're talking about, but I don't remember if it was sarcasm or not. And I don't remember the context of it, but he did say something. I think this was after the first image that was released that went viral or something like that. It's some type of thing that he released on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But
it sounds like a fake response of, "Hey guys, this has been happening, but I just want you to know."
That's usually his kind of sarcasm is something he uses a lot, which is why a lot of people like Ryan Reynolds because he's funny as hell and very self-aware.
Sarcasm,
very aware.
I can appreciate that. I really can.
I just want that explanation clipped. Ryan Reynolds is someone who's known for using a lot of sarcasm.
I know.
A lot of people think he's kind of funny. So.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Hey, real quick.
So funny.
Dude, there's an article.
Normie explaining it to Benny.
I know.
Benny understands that. Okay.
He asked the fucking question.
I'm just asking questions.
He asked the fucking question. I give the answer, and these retards are like, "Why are you acting like people don't know?" He asked the fucking question.
Because some people don't know.
Because some people don't know. That was like, there's an article. I think it was Deadline put out an article today on what order you should watch the Mad Max films, and they start out by putting it in the correct order. They just it's like, what the fuck?
Robert Meyer Burnett, his tweet on that was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yes. And then their other order was putting the Fury Road and Furiosa in front of the other Mad Max films, and it's like, you wrote a whole fucking article to watch them in the order they came out. What the fuck? That was so stupid. It was fucking Deadline. It wasn't some stupid Screen Rant shit. Oh,
that's a stupid deadline.
Well, Deadline, owned by the same company that owns the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, IndieWire, Rolling Stone, same company.
They're
Independent
all
journalism,
going
too.
bankrupt.
Yes.
Hey, real quick. So the Tyson Jake Paul fight has been delayed.
Oh no, because Tyson had a medical emergency, right?
Yeah, and Netflix Netflix just tweeted this out. So unfortunately, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will not face off on July 20th as planned. Talking about Tyson's recent ulcer flare up. So there you go.
They don't have a date for it, but it's going to be delayed.
It's going to be.
Well, how old is Mike Tyson, by the way?
58.
58. Okay, yeah.
50.
Cut him some slack. I hope.
Dude, but like the videos of him training are
dude,
crazy.
I hope he beats the shit out of the fucking one of the Pauls, whatever the fucking Paul is.
I just don't think it's a real fight. So
really, Jeremy?
No.
Tell that to Tyson.
Wait, are you going to tell me wrestling's fake next? Okay.
Well, no, you're the one saying I hope he beats the shit out of him. It's like, well, he's not.
It's still real to me,
We saw Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul get in the fucking ring and just make a mockery of the situation just so they could both get paid. It's just professional wrestling is all.
I hope Mike Tyson breaks character and beats the fucking shit out of him.
Not gonna happen,
old, dude. Like,
not gonna happen.
Dude, do not underestimate old man strength. Okay, I've seen some old man beat the shit out of fucking little 20-year-olds. Okay,
Tyson can realistically fight for like a minute and then he's gonna be done. If he fought for real, he would have a minute or a minute and a half in him that he could actually do some damage, and after that, he's going to be gassed. Yeah,
he just had to get medical attention while he was just flying on a plane because he had an upset tummy. Like, it's literally what
dude, an ulcer is not an upset tummy. Okay, come on, Jesus Christ, you're gonna have one someday, Ryan, real fucking soon. So,
stress level.
I have it on good authority that Ryan has a contingency plan if he ever has any problems like that. So.
Did you forget the sound again?
No one can hear your fucking video.
It's not me. It's not me. God damn it.
Whoever's doing it.
We should do it again.
Who's sharing this one? Whose fault is it?
This is Lady Rippaverse.
Whose fault is it?
Yeah, maybe we should have focused on sharing the audio instead of putting a million goddamn topics in the thing.
Where's X-Ray Girl? What's she doing? She's actually got good internet because she's at somebody else's house right now.
Yeah, she's in the States.
She's in the States. Maybe if I hire a fourth person, I can fucking have a fucking video that's got audio.
Who's doing this one?
Many of you are very excited.
It's low. I can't hear it.
It's very quiet.
Punish it.
Start again.
We're mostly going to beat each other senseless, make enemies with Disney, tell a few dick jokes, make a few jokes at my expense, make a lot of jokes at Hugh's expense, and completely sidestep Marvel's mandated after-credit sequence, which, if you haven't figured it out yet, is always just a commercial for another movie, which will invariably end with a commercial for another movie. So sit back, relax, let us lower your IQ and raise your heart rate while we travel to a vapid dreamland, a place where grown men and grown women walk around in tights and act like it's not a giant cultural cry for help. This is...
That's exactly what
super serious. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was talking about.
You should do it. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That just rose my expectations even more.
Did you see the promo before Furiosa of them walking through the tunnel?
Shut your effing mouth.
And the phone going off, and Wolverine just turns around and goes, turn off your fucking phone, or I'm going to shove it so far up your fucking ass you're going to fucking puke it. That's great. That's what I want.
Nobody in the chat heard it. Okay,
barely hear it.
There's a extension for Google or whatever your preferred browser is. It's called Volume Booster. Download it. It takes 2 seconds. It takes could rub one.
You hear that?
Take for this
Lady Gravemaster, Quarter Black Garrett, and X-Ray Girl.
It's real quick.
As if you've never ever made a mistake. Okay.
I make a lot. Okay.
That's okay.
But who got the stream running today? Me.
Hey, you did.
Me. Okay.
I'm gonna make room for Lady Grandmasters. No, Lady Grandmasters.
What?
For X-Ray Girl.
Did you just have a stroke, Odin? Are
I
you
did.
okay?
I was just gonna let you go.
Drunk or stroke?
Did you have?
Says like goodbye or anything? He just drops out, so he didn't know what to do.
No, right? I was gonna say,
pressure.
Did you go to communion today and drink too much wine? What the hell?
They haven't given out wine since COVID because you could catch something.
The
Really?
delayed reaction of Chrissy is so good.
Whoa.
I gotta tell you.
All right, bye.
Bye, Odin. I was just. Hey, Benny. It's a great show you're on here. Very professional.
Odin came to the allotted amount of words that he is allowed to say this year, so he just vanished.
Right.
I've been laughing my ass off. This has been the funniest FNT I've been on.
Well, I mean,
and informative.
You should have seen it one with Danica.
I will buy a ticket to Deadpool. You've convinced me to buy a ticket.
There
to
you
Deadpool.
go.
I haven't been to the cinema all year.
Laughing at retarded people is funny. Okay, so
Yeah. So I'm gonna buy a ticket. When does it come out? Soon.
You better buy tickets soon. It comes out July. Was it 26th? I can't remember. 2 months. 2 months. It's already made. Well, last time we checked, $10 million. Are you going to say something, Chrissy?
Yep, July
Let's wait.
26th.
Let's wait.
Yeah, Chrissy, you can log off and rejoin. Sometimes 6 fixes the lag.
Technical difficulties hurt so bad. It's so funny.
What are you complaining about? We had an entire show with Az at like 4p.
Why? Like, we're 3 hours into the show, and like our
It's
guest
2
is the one that
hours.
had to tell Chrissy she could leave instead of like Gary saying like, you can leave and come back.
You know, Chrissy should know that.
lag.
Chrissy's a professional streamer, isn't she? Wait.
I think she just thinks
She's going to reply.
Go on. Try it again.
At least she did do that. She had done that already.
Oh, we're so retarded.
Oh, okay, Christy.
Why are you any of you subscribe to any of us?
You gotta watch it again. The chat needs to hear it.
Did we get the volume?
Hey,
Hey!
Now if we wait,
now we can't hear it.
Nope.
Oh my
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really?
My camera don't work. Our audio don't work.
Jeremy, I just want to tell you, it's 2 hours into the stream. It just feels like 3.
The only reason that I'm still here is because it makes me feel better about all my fuck ups on my stream. Like, that's the only reason I'm still here.
We almost had 17,000 people watching today, so thank you very much. Thank you.
Lady Gravemaster, just let it go. Just let it go.
We don't need to fucking.
We don't need
Guess
to
what?
watch it again.
Ryan Reynolds said something sarcastic, which is what he's known for.
Yes.
So we're good.
Wait, what was that, Chrissy?
I'm gonna leave and come back.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
The hell's happening? What is happening?
Is she still waiting to come back?
Are you leaving, Chrissy? You said you're gonna leave.
You're still fucking here. Wait, won't let me back in.
I love you, Chrissy.
What the fuck is
happening? What is happening right now? What is going on?
Hi, Chrissy.
Priceless.
Oh my god!
I have her try that.
Surrounded by Pikachus.
I just want to remind everyone, Gary is the standard in our community.
We're fucked.
Gary is the standard.
We are
It's
fucked.
this bad at the top, man.
This is the kingpin that's telling us all what to do.
That's right.
This is the Disney Plus Echo version of Kingpin.
I just sit and cry and get beat up by one-legged Indian girls. You can't hear. That's what I do.
Oh man,
Any Gary amputee Indians out there? Gary just threw down the challenge.
I did.
Of course, you probably didn't hear it, so.
I have never felt guilty watching a Gary video except for the Echo review. Man, that shit was so funny.
Cheers.
I was in an airport. I was wiping tears from my face, crying in an airport, laughing so hard at that review.
Any, could you describe it as a trail of tears?
Yes. I got that joke in there. I tried to get every racist Native American joke I could get in.
Man.
And it was funny. And Reddit got mad. Reddit got mad.
Oh,
they did.
Poor Reddit.
Poor
They do
Reddit.
anything else?
You know, all the executives at Reddit keep selling hundreds of millions of dollars of their own stock. Never a great sign.
No.
Not
The
at all.
executives at Reddit are offlopping hundreds of millions of dollars of their own stock. Yes.
So
all
it's
of the
almost
executives, it's gonna crash.
X-Ray Girl.
It's been a shit show for a while.
X-Ray Girl. There's not enough Pikachus back there. I think you need some a little bit to your right, our left. It's a little unbalanced with the Pikachus.
Here, what about this?
That works.
Yeah, just stick that off to the side.
Yeah, could you put it like to the other side?
Right here, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can give some to Chrissy because she's got nothing in her background.
Hey,
it's like she's.
I have no flair.
Hey, let's.
You were like broadcasting from an IKEA.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm at the DMV.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
that's
delay
right.
there. Okay, nice.
No,
Maybe
that
Ted-
was still a delay, I think.
still a 10, maybe like a second.
I was
maybe
gonna
like
make
a second
another
delay.
joke, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just.
You know, I
No, you
know
can't
what
do
joke
that.
you were gonna make. I was this close as well. I was like, no.
Yeah, drawback.
Figure out if it's about women, Native Americans, or IKEA. What are we talking about?
Sure. Yes.
people, I'm not
That's
sure.
it, Ryan. Sure.
All of them.
All of them. Let's see how bad the delay is. Hi, Chrissy.
Wow.
Hello,
Holy shit.
Fuck you, stop it.
Oh, no.
This is worse than the delay on your interview with Will Kane, Gary.
I know, dude.
Gary shows up and it's like Will Kane's giving like delayed laughs to Gary's jokes that he obviously doesn't get anyway.
Hey, but you laughed, didn't you?
I laughed.
There
big
you
time.
go.
I laughed big time.
I know. So during the interview, I had to count down because I figured out it was like about a couple of seconds, right? So I'm like, say something 1001, 1002, and then go in like that. It's like, oh fuck this.
It's pro move.
Satellite shit. Fuck this satellite. Like when StreamYards is better than your satellite network. Come on, Fox.
Well,
Yeah.
Hail Will Kane, by the way. Hail Will Kane.
Yeah. Will Kane's awesome.
Real quick.
Super
kick.
nice dude.
Yeah. No,
He's a
he
good
was
dude.
really
I've been
cool.
watching him since ESPN. He always had a level head when he was on First Take, talking with like Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. So I've always liked him.
Max Kellerman
I just sent a photo to the chat. Executive producer ALX from my show just sent me an AI summary of what our show has been about. And you are not going to believe this. This is
Okay.
something YouTube's doing now. So it's in the chat. I don't.
Yeah.
It's in the X chat. So you just grab the image and toss it up. Oh man,
I love these.
These are great.
It is something. It is something to behold. It says what the chat is talking about. And I'd like for Gary to read it live because this is Google's AI summary of our 3-hour show here.
Let's hear it.
Google AI is never wrong.
It's summarizing the chat and what the chat is talking about.
Yes.
Not necessarily what we are talking about. Which is always
It's
funny to see what
amazing.
they're
Someone
saying
should put it
about
up.
Better.
Are we gonna put it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
Awkward silence.
Let's put it
It's
up.
great today. This is one of the most technically competent episodes we've ever
As
done.
you'll see
You know,
by
it does take time to click and find stuff. Goddamn.
I blame the quartering. He's our boss.
People.
He is the one that funds us. So
This is
Go.
the AI chat summary.
People
Who's
are talking
reading
about
it?
the stream being cursed tonight. They are also talking about the stream being overproduced.
Yay!
Thank you, chat. Thank you all.
The most accurate part of that statement was
Accurate.
quality may vary. That's 100% what it comes to.
Absolutely.
That's FNT. That's FNT.
This is cursed.
That was good.
Which has been the one of those descriptors has been true about every time I've been on FNT.
That is true.
We're not good at what we do.
We're not.
What else can we talk about?
But we never said we were. Okay, to be fair.
That is true. That is very true. I called somebody retarded today on Twitter, and he goes, "I've been watching you for a long time. I don't appreciate that." You haven't been watching me for a long time. We call each other retarded. We call ourselves retarded. If we're calling you retarded, that means we're friends. So that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of retarded, Rings of Power.
Oh, that's retarded.
There you go.
Oh God. Okay, so nope. Most people are like normies. Don't know who Tom Bombadil is. Tom Bombadil is a character from the book. It works really well. He works really well in the books, but he's been left out of most adaptations. I won't say all because I said all and somebody said, "What about this BBC one from 1960?" Or fine.
What about the Russian one?
Yeah,
the Russian one.
But he's been left out of the BBC Brian Selby audio version, the Peter Jackson version, the Ralph Bakshi version, and it's because. Well, it's just the easiest thing to cut out. And in the Peter Jackson version, he's a lot like Treebeard. He's a force of nature. He might be a remnant of the Song of Creation. He's also aloof. So he helps the hobbits after the Barrow Downs, and they run around naked. And he's got a really freaking smoking hot wife, Goldberry, who they'll probably cast as a trans person. And yes, and
they're gonna turn Goldberry into a dude, man.
They are. Well, I mean, that's what I just said, right? Trans person, dude. Just to point that out. And yeah, they're so fucking Amazon's so fucking desperate. They're bringing in like Tom Bombadil is like, this is gonna be the selling point. This will bring the Tolkien fans back. Tom Bombadil. And he's been around, but like this is supposed to be Gandalf. I don't know. Maybe like I'm assuming this is the not Gandalf that they chose to not name for an entire season because it was a quote unquote mystery and it had nothing to do with not having the rights to the name Gandalf that they would have to rent from Warner Brothers. So that's why they called the Harfoots instead of the Hobbits because they would have to rent that term from Warner Brothers. It's fucking retarded. It's like there's no other way to put it. He doesn't belong here. He's gonna apparently get involved and guide. Ryan, you had a video on it today. He's supposed to get involved in. I don't know what the context is in the Rings of Power, and it's gonna be fucking bullshit. But he's supposed to guide who is either Gandalf or a blue wizard. We're not really sure. Don't really fucking care at this point.
Sorry, Gary, this isn't Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil's supposed to be happy, jovial, bubbly. This looks like Tom Bombadil on Suicide Watch. He's like he's ready to commit suicide here. He's depressed. It's like they don't even know the character.
He's a jolly old soul.
It's Ozempic Bombadil.
Well, his clothes are supposed to be bright. I guess technically those boots do look yellow maybe when you see him in the sun.
Yeah,
so
I mean like dingy yellow.
Crap. Like, give us the Tom Bombadil we fucking deserve. The ones that was described in the book. Give us that. If that's what, like, I saw somebody make this great point. If you're putting him in here and you're saying it's for the deep lore fans, you're like, finally, we're putting him in there. But then you're not following his description. None of this looks like him. Who is this for?
So they're repurposing Fellowship. He's probably going to like help not Gandalf on his way, kind of like he helped
the Hobbits.
Hobbits without really getting involved because it is mentioned later in the Council of Elrond, like, hey, why don't we give the ring to Tom Bombadil? And Gandalf said no, because he'd just forget about it. Because
this is Tom Bombadil.
That's Tom Bombadil.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
That's Hildebrand art, right? That's the brothers Hildebrand art.
Okay, like
that looks like Will Ferrell.
Bright blue, bright blue coat. Yellow boots, feather in his cap, happy, jovial. What they're showing in this Rings of Power thing is just perfectly in line with the complete bastardization of the Tolkien lore that Rings of Power is. They can't interpret it right. It has to be their own kind of interpretation and spin. And it's this skin suit wearing just complete piece of crap. That's not Lord of the Rings at all.
No. And Rings of Power Season 2 is going to go down as well as Wheel of Time Season 2. It'll just be a fart in the wind at this point. I don't even think like the cultural awareness and relevance will be not even a third. Kind of like the audience they retained. It'll be numbers that have dropped that much. I just don't think people are going to give a shit. Like, it's fanfic. It's a joke. It's a money grab. The Tolkien estate sold out fucking Christopher Tolkien and J.R.R. Tolkien and fuck Simon Tolkien and fuck Amazon. And, God, I was really excited for War of the Rohirrim, but it sounds like they're going to do a bait and switch with that too, which
no.
Really?
So yeah.
Wait, what's the news? Are you serious?
Stop fucking making Lord of the Rings stuff. No, I don't want Peter Jackson to produce The Hunt for Gollum. No, I don't want any of this shit. Stop. Just fucking stop. I'll read the books. I'm good. You're just bastardizing it and this stuff. Like, the reason I made those videos like 2 years in advance of this shit coming out is I didn't want this garbage coming to the Tolkien fandom, but it did. Couldn't stop it. And here we are. And
because though, Gary, the Tolkien fandom fought back with a vengeance, and they absolutely destroyed Amazon. Like, Rings of Power felt like the breaking point in the pushback where we started to really see some progress in it.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of the same you saw with Star Trek Discovery. You saw the season 1 come out. You saw the criticism. They reacted to it and tried to give what they think the fans want while keeping their diversity, and it just fucking made things worse. And they kept changing. Like, they eventually pulled the crew. See, Star Trek Discovery started out as a prequel to the original series, and now it takes place like a thousand years afterwards, because they were just trying to fucking fix things on the fly. That's what the exact same thing is going to happen here. By the way, did you know Star Trek Discovery ended yesterday?
I haven't got a clue.
It ended yesterday.
Nobody fucking cares.
Dude, nobody.
Season finale. Series finale. It's all good. STD is not going to flare up anymore. And the same thing's going to happen with the Rings of Power.
Dude, not a single blip on social media whatsoever.
No,
I had
nothing.
no fucking clue. Yeah,
I wouldn't even describe that as a fart in the wind, because sometimes you smell the fart. That was just completely invisible. I had no idea.
You know what isn't invisible is Lizzo. Can you pull up?
Oh, let's go. Yes, I've been waiting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Audio share.
Audio
is shared. Audio is shared. Audio's up.
Thank you. Thank you. At least I got something right. Okay. This is so good.
She's fat.
Do you want to play from the
Thanks,
beginning?
Chrissy.
Play from the beginning.
Play from the beginning.
I'm in a South Park.
This fat bitch can only say like one sentence together at a time, by the way. Look at all the cuts that are in the first 15 seconds of this.
Oh, it's like a Joe Biden video.
My
Sorry.
worst fear has been actualized. I've been referenced in a South Park episode.
She's
I'm
reading.
so scared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Look at her
blind
eyes.
duet
She's
to
reading
it
the
right now.
There's actually just somebody walking with donuts behind me.
Wow.
I was feeling so ashamed of myself.
Can we boost the volume a little bit?
We're gonna have to talk about this as well.
Who's sharing this one?
I'm sharing this one.
But I just don't have the same kind of willpower he has. Which of the drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Manjaro? Oh no, I talked to my doctor. He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes. But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight? Don't you know, Sheila? Now there's a whole new obesity drug for those of us who can't afford Ozempic and Manjaro. I've controlled all my cravings to be thinner with Lizzo.
You can't hear this at all.
No, you can't. I
can't.
That's what I fucking said before we started. This clip is low too.
Did you put the did you add the extension, Garrett?
No, I didn't have the time. I was doing the other stuff. I was doing the other 500 things I was asked to do.
All right, never mind. Okay. Just ditch it. It's fucking funny. You got to watch this South Park. That's not the only thing. They do a whole fucking it's Lizzo. But then it's about Ozempic, right? And there's like drug parties with the parents, and Kyle is trying to he feels bad for Cartman who can't afford the Ozempic, so he's trying to cook up his own, and then it turns into it devolves into there's a cabal of serial characters. There's a Captain Crunch and Tony the Tiger and the Trix Rabbit all fucking smoking cigarettes, going, "We gotta stop Ozempic. People are eating less cereal," and they have a fucking gun battle at the end. It's fucking great. It's so good. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I think Benny does need to bounce.
All right.
So.
Yo, guys, I gotta get home to my kids. 7 o'clock bedtime for me. well, for my children. And so I know that we didn't want to be, I know nobody wanted to be particularly overtly political on this incredible FNT, but I would like to say that we are the Fellowship.
Yes.
And that we fight the same enemies. There is a black force, a blackened, rotted force that is evil, that wishes to destroy this nation.
I'm so glad that you corrected
Yeah, that could have been taken the wrong way there, Benny.
So close. It hates.
No, you were right the first time, Benny.
It hates entertainment. It hates us being happy. It hates us having freedom. And it hates us having a good future for our children. And it wants to corrupt all of it. And we fight the same enemy. And so I'm a proud warrior with you all. And you can have my sword anytime. And we love you. And I say thank you all. All hail the Fellowship.
Hail Benny!
Hey, congratulations on 20 million. 2 million subscribers.
2 million. Congrats, Benny.
What did Ryan say?
I said I will join Benny's fight against the Black Force.
I'm Team Black, personally. I'm rooting for the
record,
Blacks.
I knew what Ryan said, but I wanted him to repeat it.
Did we decide what race? Hold on. Final question. Did we define what race Darth Vader is?
Oh, Asian one.
Yes.
Asian
one. Okay.
He's definitely black.
That is why I love this. I love this chat. Shout out to the chat. This has been a cursed FNT. As AI says.
They all are.
You have all been overproduced.
Ain't that the truth?
Thank you,
Hail
Benny.
Benny!
Hail Benny!
All right.
For real.
For real.
Good to have Benny on.
It
Good to
is.
have Benny on.
Hey,
Dude,
Chris.
he's crushing it. Just the other day, he had like 30,000 people.
Yes,
So
he
2
did.
days now. He's at 30,000
Yeah.
people watching him. Yeah.
Wow.
So he's crushing it.
Killer.
How's Laggy Mare doing down there?
Yeah, I was going to say, Chrissy, how you doing?
I just got the hungry baby signal. I don't know what's wrong with him today. He's
Are you
he's
leaking?
just like he can't get enough of my stupid boobs.
Hey, better
No,
Laggy than
but-
Saggy. That's what I always say.
She's going to laugh in 5 minutes.
I hope they don't suck in the life out of me. Oh, can I show him?
Yes, I'll show baby.
She's like, everybody's shitting on me. You can't shit on me when I'm holding a child.
Bring the baby
Yes, we can. This is Friday Night Tights.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
There you go. Okay, we're going to get super chats now while Chrissy disappears to feed her child, which is totally fine. That's fine. How's everybody doing? Hi, guys.
Hey, you know.
Good.
Hello.
All right.
Good.
It's been a fun FNT.
It has.
It really has.
Always is.
I like
It's always a
it.
mystery, you know? It's always like, are we going to finish the show? Who's going to show up? Will the audio be good? Don't fucking know.
Who fucking knows?
Jesus. Dizek of the Dead for $49.99. Says, I just dropped the 199 rap song on my channel. Soon to be
Let's go.
released on all music streaming platforms. Hope everyone gets a chance to listen. Might be dropping an FNT rap song next. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hope to
That's
see
what's
y'all
up.
in Dallas. Hail the 199. Hail FNT. Victory is near.
Hell yeah.
Jeremy,
Yes.
you're going to be in Dallas?
We'll be in Dallas. I'll be in Dallas. So we got the Dallas meetup with the Rippaverse coming up. What is it? June 8th.
Next
Is
week.
that it?
Next
June,
week, Saturday.
June 8th. Yeah. So I'm sure we have a link that we can drop in the chat if you want to RSVP for that. It's probably pretty close to being full, but we will have a waiting list as always. But again, this is organized, by Eric and the team at the Rippaverse. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll have a few of the members of G&G with me, and it's going to be fun. So we're looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Can't wait.
It's going to be rad. Ryan, are you
It's
going to be there?
awesome.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
All right, man.
Yeah, he's a
can't-
maybe.
Yeah, I'm a maybe. I'm a hard maybe though.
I'm definitely there on the 8th. I'm working on our Thursday thing. I'm working on that.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Well, I'm just going to I'm just going to do a quick turnaround because I really don't want to go, mainly because of the taken away from content, but I'm gonna drive there Friday, and then I'm leaving as soon as the event's over on Saturday, and I'm heading right back. So, because I got way too much going on with all these streams. I'm streaming like fucking 10 hours a day at this point. But
is your social battery down low?
Fuck
Jeremy?
no, the super chats are making me feel real fucking good. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Hey, I won $500 last night playing Fortnite. So there you go.
Damn.
So
right on.
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
on.
it took a long time for us to get the win to get there, but who cares?
Yeah, we got a conference like the next week too, for the Cosmic Summit. So that'll be fun. I'll be in North Carolina.
Somebody said planes were recently invented, Jeremy.
Dude,
so what's DEI was recently added.
Today.
I fuck that. I am not flying.
I've never felt better about being a driver. I'm working on a way to drive to Peru. So
can we make that happen?
Can we make it happen? Driving in Mexico is now safer than flying, which is bad. Legalize Adulthood has gifted 40 Nerdrotic memberships for $200. Hail!
Legalize Adulthood.
Legalize Adulthood. Do we hang on? Yeah. Okay. Do we really? Maybe not. I'll think about it. I'm thinking about something out loud that I probably shouldn't do. Gavin McGinnis, everybody's favorite guest. And he said this to piss people off. Okay, that's
of
course for one. That's what 100%. Gavin does.
Yes.
But recently went out there and said that if you watch anime, you're a pedo. And then he follows it up by talking about the independent art scene in comic books that goes way back, Drawn and Quarterly, stuff from the Alternative Press Expo, good old R. Crumb, which was filled with pedos. Absolutely fucking filled with pedos. Weird, sexual, deviant pedos. So I just don't think it was a really good argument. Well, it never is, but as we've said a million times, there's weird shit in anime. There's weird shit in American comics. Really fucking degenerate weird shit. Mm-hmm. There's weird shit in film. The term snuff film, it's not just fucking made up.
It's a thing.
It was a thing. So that you can't blame an entire medium or genre or anything. But he just said it to piss people off. That's Gavin.
It's how he's always been. So, do I think he believes it? Probably to an extent, for sure. It is what it is. He just did it. He got the reaction he wanted, which is whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, and that's what Matt Walsh does too. Like he knows the reaction he's going to get. So.
Yes and no. I mean, I think there's different levels there. I think Matt Walsh thinks he's smarter than every fucking body.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas Gavin knows what he's doing to talk shit, but like Matt Walsh comes from a place of like, I am smarter than you because my company puts so much money into Facebook and makes me and Ben seem relevant. So I'm more fucking smarter than you. Well, if I had fucking Daily Wire pumping out millions of dollars on Facebook to make me seem relevant, I'd probably have a lot more followers too. But so I think Matt Walsh comes at it from a slightly different perspective, but the same overall goal.
Gavin Newsom, Gavin Newsom, Gavin McGinnis,
one and the same practically.
Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star.
My brain just let you roll with it too. I didn't even think about it.
I caught myself. Gavin McGinnis is a much better provocateur. Matt Walsh is the world's oldest 35-year-old on the planet.
The thing is,
he wants his wife to churn butter.
I think Matt disingenuously hides behind the sarcasm defense. I think he actually believes a lot of the stuff. He does not like gaming. He thinks people should be playing it less. And I think he legitimately hates anime as well.
Yep.
And I
think
if you criticize him, they go, "Oh well, he's
not liking it," and then people thinking that he actually thinks it's satanic.
Yes, there's a big difference.
That's just hyperbole, right? That's just him kind of shitting on it. I don't think he likes it, but I also don't think he believes it's satanic. But people that want to claim that he actually thinks it's satanic.
I think he might. I think he might.
You think he would let his kids watch any anime?
No, because that's not a question of whether I think it's satanic or he thinks it's satanic or not. I don't think he'd watch it. I don't think he'd let his kids watch a lot of shit. I think he'd be very controlling of their screen time and what they're watching.
No, I think he lets his kids play with like wooden blocks.
Yeah, they play with Lincoln Logs. They go outside and they play like fucking stick and hoop.
You get the yo-yo.
Here's the thing, right? There is a type of Christian fundamentalist extremist that does actually easily equate things with Satanism. Like if you go back, and I'm saying this as a Christian, by the way, and I do not agree with it, but they believed Dungeons and Dragons was satanic. They believed Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And I can see how some of those more extremist kind of, really fundamentalist kind of Christian perspective could see how anime can be satanic, not because it's all satanic, but because there's a portion of it that's really bad. It's a gateway into something really bad. So therefore, you got to avoid it all. The whole thing is satanic, and I can see how people can have that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's why we have goths.
I'm not convinced that Matt Walsh doesn't think it's not satanic. I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but based on his own actions and his own words, I could see why people would believe it. Yeah. I think he genuinely hates the gaming culture and the anime culture. I think he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine, but it doesn't help the conservative position when it comes to culture.
No,
that's the issue.
Well, I guess that's the whole thing is what is Matt Walsh's goal? What is the whole goal of what he's trying to do? And his whole goal is to try to have more people see his perspective on, how the world should be or how you should be. Well, blatantly attacking something in the manner that he does, I don't think that's going to sway anybody to see where you're coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if his goal is to just go piss these fuckers off and fuck them, we don't want them anywhere near our conservative movement. Well, then he's doing a good job of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, but it really is, what is his ultimate goal there? So
who knows?
Because anime is fucking massive. Anime is there's a lot of my limited experience with anime is I've seen a lot of awesome anime.
Oh, friggin'
I've heard of a lot of the fucked up anime that's out there. I've never seen it because I would never subject myself to that shit because I'm not interested in it. But based on the anime that I have watched and seen, it's really fucking good and it's really awesome. It's really good characters and really good storytelling, and it's why a lot of people are moving away from Western storytelling over to anime. That's why, because it's really good. Now you can find a lot of the other stuff out there, but I haven't subjected myself to that.
I mean, I've been watching My Hero Academia with my kids, and the fact that it latches onto the pure form of heroism to be a hero, self-sacrifice, stuff like that, it's friggin' amazing. One of my favorite anime, Rurouni Kenshin, is probably one of the better or to best redemption story, long-form story arcs in media. Rurouni Kenshin has this friggin' great redemption story, all about it. It's the very DNA of that story is about repentance and redemption. Amazing. You can find freaking great stuff. And of
I
course,
watched the live action of that.
Really messed up. Oh yeah, the live action
is fucking good. It's
man.
really fucking good.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you're absolutely right. There's messed up stuff, but there's great stuff, and so it's so just stupid to throw it all into this. It's all bad.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's a disingenuous prick, is Matt Walsh. He's just a disingenuous prick. He's like, wait a minute, gaming in the West is getting woke? Let Matt Walsh talk about it. Gaming's woke in the West. I will not stand for this. Stop gaming. That's my solution. Oh, fuck
his answer was to get your kids away from gaming.
Yeah,
and
it's just like, shut up. Fuck off, mate. Bellend.
WS for $51.99 on the Streamlabs side. Less than half a month to my U.S. Army discharge. All right. Nice. Been feeling ashamed since the SVO started, since I was initially a war Republican fool and feel responsible for today's world bullshit. Anyway, have money, I'm going to guess. I see a dollar sign. Yes. Have money, you lovable lunatics. It's at least some of your tax back. Thank you. Well, thank you. I got a tax refund. Hey, I got a tax refund this year. I felt like I was like 25 again. I got a fucking tax refund. It was just crap. Well, I overpaid, but that's why. But it was very, like Melissa said, we got a tax refund. I'm like, what? How?
Still have to finish mine.
Oh, Jesus, Ryan.
I got an extension. So.
Well, I usually do too. We just got on the ball this year for the first time in my life. So, Rhino Helix for 50. It's my 53rd birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday. Oh, you're fucking old. I found you guys 3 years ago. Thanks keeping the watchtowers lit. All hail the mods, the chat, the fellowship, and all hail Friday Night Tights. And he gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Thank you, Rhino Helix. We appreciate it. So do the members. They got see, my palate cleanser, Ryan was talking about this way earlier in the show, but like after we watch a bunch of shit, we don't want to really keep watching the shit that we cover. So we got to have a little happy place, and mine is Clarkson's Farm. Not going to shut up about it. Season 3 is the best season. We did our first watch party, and we're going to continue. We're going to finish the season throughout the next month or so. It was great.
We should do a rewatch for like season 1.
Oh, we will. I think we will.
Yeah.
We got to get the overlay so we can kind of see it going on. We got to get that going on. Steve-O has donated $49.99. Doesn't say anything. Thank you, Steve-O. Appreciate it. Then we have Hayden, 75. Hayden Wayne. $50. Working man. Can't wait to see you gays in Dallas next week. Gays. Right at the beginning of Pride Month. Oh, actually, that's a good point.
That's true.
It's appropriate. Another good point. Are you guys hanging out at Fan Expo or just the meetup? I'll be at Fan Expo. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll just be at the meetup, and then, like I said, quick turnaround for me.
Yep.
What's GCA? I should probably know this.
Hail the GCA. It's a new channel that a lot of our followers, a lot of the people in the chat put together. Hayden, Alec Baldwin's finger, Jessica
Never misses.
Lindstrom. So
I believe it stands for German Community of Aryans.
Hail! What does it stand for?
I don't know. I don't
Late
know.
and gay with the GCA is their motto.
Hail the Badger Den, hail the 199, hail the Fellowship, and hail Hayden. Can't wait to see you, brother. I'll be running around the con shopping because I didn't have time to shop at MegaCon, so I'm gonna shop at the Fan Expo. I just did some as you son of a bitch, by the way, showed me some other site. It's gonna get me in so much trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude.
Can you like clarify?
Yeah,
it's called OnlyFans. It's called OnlyFans.
They have anime there.
Gay or British?
Az sends me a lot of pictures that turn me on a lot. Okay,
Of himself.
He does.
Every
All the
time
time.
Az sends me a picture, I'm very aroused.
Dude, I get.
Just you wait till later this next week, Jeremy. Oh, dear.
I got some good ones on WhatsApp yesterday of comic books.
He always sends me G.I. Joe shit.
Yeah, he
That's all
sends me old Batman comic books. I'm like, oh fuck, geek wood.
I can confirm that everything Az sends me on WhatsApp is 10 times better than anything Dan Vask sends me. Trust me on that, okay? Trust me on that.
What? Like a dead dog next to a starving kid.
This is my life.
Dan Vask's morning trying to determine if that dead dog by the trash in the road is actually dead or not.
Yep. And if it's
He's got to eat today.
and if it's edible. Yeah. It's like, how long has it been dead? Eat my slamage for 50 proper British pounds. British. Chad, I thought your performance in Planet of the Emus was excellent. Film was overall realistic. What was your reaction to it being Australian all along? Australia all along.
I kind of knew it. It's a bit of a giveaway, you know. When you see a desert, it's like, okay, wasteland. Yeah, most likely Australia.
Planet of the Emus would be kind of a funny skit. That would actually be hilarious.
Well, the problem is that, you know, Planet of the Apes, they want to get them to get along and coexist. That was not what I would want if it was Planet of the Emus. It's like, no, let's end this in genocide.
Final solution on the emus.
Final solution.
Oh, shit. You mean send them to Madagascar? Is that what you mean?
All right, before Gary continues and ignores the private chat, I'm out. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Cobra Cast.
I'm going to ignore you now. So I'm not going to fuck you.
But you know what? I'm going to forward some of these Dan Vast pics to you. You can go fuck yourself.
Oh, no.
Nobody wants to see his gay porn.
God, what did I do to you, man? Jesus.
But anyway, have a good night. See you guys in Dallas. Looking forward to it. And
Hail.
I'll see you on Cobra Cast in a few hours. Bye, everybody.
Hell, brother.
Later.
Bye, Jeremy. Fuck, thank God he's gone. How you doing, Az?
I got 5 minutes left.
All right. I'll get a couple super chats. Then I'll wait 20 minutes and let you go.
Start a whole new topic.
I have a whole button I can press in 5 minutes.
A whole button.
Wait,
yeah.
You got a button?
Wait, you can press a button? You're hired.
Yeah.
Get on over here, man. We need you.
I got no volume, though. No volume.
Oh, well, damn. That's the niche we
Fiber
need.
internet, though. That's better than my Canadian internet.
That's true. Hayden Wayne again. Hayden 75 for 50. It's for Benny. I'll try to answer as best I can. Hey, Benny, have you heard about Bridge? Oh, we should have told him about Bridge. It's an international company partnered with Campbell's Soup. What?
Yeah.
It's the new DEI. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
How do you... Well, they did it with beer.
Bridge is about pushing DEI beyond just like these big corporate things and making it like a part, normalizing it as part of everyone's daily fucking life.
Okay.
It's like next
I get that part. I don't get the Campbell's Soup part. How do you are they going to have like Pride Campbell's Soup? Like little pride flags?
If you've ever had Campbell's Soup and can't tell just inherently it's homophobic and they need to change, there's something wrong with you bigot.
I'm obviously a bigot.
But how do they diversify it? That's what I'm wondering.
They're going to go back to the old Campbell's Soup commercial where it's a snowman and he comes in and he melts, and instead of a little boy, he turns into a little girl.
Oh, okay. There you go. You answered my question. Sephora makeup. Now I'm surprised that isn't woke as shit already. And Unilever and other massive companies. They're pushing DEI from HR into the bloodstream of life. VTuber Kirsha. Am I saying her name right now?
Yeah.
Kirsha. Yeah. Sorry, Kirsha in the past, but I messed up the name. She likes ketchup packets, apparently. Ryan? Is that...
I believe ketchup
bottles.
Bottles. Oh, bottles. Okay.
Bottles.
She likes shaking it.
She dug it up, and it's big. Well, hail Kirsha, by the way. I've been watching this stuff. She's good. I like that Danky video of you two, Ryan. That was fucking great. That was great. Big Ounce for 50. Hail FNT. Fan of this panel since 2018. That's pre-Ryan. I am in the process of making a Fandom Menace comic series. Gundam already said yes, and I got his arch nemesis. I want to know what Gary, Shad, Chrissy, Quarterblack, Garrett, Odin as... I already got Double D, Cobra, and Ryan. You want to know what we think? Make whatever you want. It's fine. I'm fine. Dude. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
Have fun. Go get them. Taker 610 for 50. Did you guys see Google AI's response to are there gay Star Wars characters? And I quote, yes.
Careful.
Slurpee Fagi. Slurpee Fagi. The first openly gay character in Star Wars. Slurpee is a committed relationship with his boyfriend, Dr. Butto. Durin and Elrond? Maybe. I may have pronounced that wrong. May have pronounced something wrong. Sinister reviews for $49.99. Good evening to the fellowship. I have words of wisdom from great Japanese grandmother. I don't care what your teachers say. Yasuka can't breathe.
Yasuke.
Yasuke? Is that
Yasuke?
How do you get Yasuke when there's a U between the S and the K?
Japanese.
I'm American, goddammit, okay? This is fucking America.
We got two bombs on your asses, so I don't have to speak that, King Kong Tom.
What did you just say, Garrett?
So you okay, all right?
And on that bombshell, good night, everyone.
Yeah, when I first read it, I'm like, yeah, it's like Yasuke. Yeah, that's what it looks
Yasuke.
like.
Yasuke.
It's Yasuke.
Yeah, it's Yasuke.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't put a U in there, fuckers. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Isn't your language all just like fucking signs and stick figures and shit anyway? Why is there a U in it in English spelling?
That sounds like some European dropped that shit in there.
I'm not Japanese. I don't know.
Fucking close
Yes,
enough.
you are. Close enough. Yeah.
Closer than me, yeah.
Ask
Yeah.
Perry.
Pixel Billion for 50. Oh, there we go. Almost had the wrong button. Held in the Fellowship, looking forward to my copy of Yaira. I have mine. I just haven't read it yet. Also got Ghost of the Badlands. Got them both in the same day from Razorfist. So I've got some reading tonight. I'm very excited about it. Arriving in the mail, I recently read and reviewed the other Rippaverse comics on my channel, and I really enjoyed them. I'm looking forward to more good media coming out to balance the crap. We need that. Thank you very much. Is there anything I'm supposed to plug, X-Ray Girl, that I forgot about?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Maybe Rumble. You want to talk about Rumble real quick? Real quick.
What do you want to talk about?
Before we-
Quick story.
Quick story. Get some charts. Rumble. I signed a quote unquote exclusive deal. So we're going to get nothing changes here on the YouTube channel at all. You're just going to get extra stuff over on Rumble. So, well, I mean, I guess the one thing that changes, Forbidden Frontier is moving to Rumble because we can now talk about shit we can't talk about on YouTube, which is great. We can really get down the like some
move.
Alex Jones level rabbit holes on some shit that I can't wait to do. So that's gonna, but we're gonna still have clips on Nerdrotic Live. So we're gonna have segments that are gonna be on Nerdrotic Live. There will be an extra nooner on Monday. So I'm doing a nooner on Monday, and then there'll be a bonus hour of FNT. FNT will also dual stream over there starting the 21st of this month. The 21st of this month.
You mean
Back
next
on Rumble. No, this month.
Oh,
This.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
June.
What was that?
It's still May.
Oh, fuck. It's okay.
That's
sorry.
why I said next
In
month.
21
Next
days.
month.
He's celebrating early.
I'm in the
Close
Pride Month
enough.
early, Ryan.
Come on.
I'm ready for Pride Month, baby. Let's go.
Gary is on
it's the
Australian
first
time.
in Australia, so yeah. it's,
Thank you. No,
There you
no.
go.
So June 21st. Sorry, folks. I'm ready to get to June. I can't wait for House of the Dragon, dude. We got 2 weeks till House of the Dragon.
Gary.
I can't wait to get to what? What did you think I say? Just fucking say it, Shad.
I'm ready to get the.
What the Jews?
Dune.
Oh,
I'm ready to get that.
why?
I don't know. It's just what it sounded like.
Twitter already did that. They got rid of Paul Chato. What the hell's up with that?
What's up with that?
Justice for Paul
What did he even
Chato.
say? Come on.
Like, what the? Yeah, I mean, he gets
Free Paul Chato.
free Paul Chato. Free Paul Chato. Please. I think it's not a permanent ban, but hopefully he comes back. He did a video on it, so go check it out. We love Paul Chato, by the way. Josh Crush for $49.99. Lucas built his career on adapting other people's stuff and stories. Well, THX was original. Star Wars was a hodgepodge of, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, Dune, Saturday morning serials, but he still made it his own. So
Yeah.
He still made
100%.
something different. The
Now-
problem that he was pointing out was
Yeah.
that they don't make anything different. They just do the exact same thing.
Exactly. There's a difference between like fully copying something or only making sequels and reboots.
or
and stuff
American
versus
Graffiti.
Exactly. Versus taking
Yeah, yeah.
elements and inspiration from multiple kind of things and then combining it to
Dude,
make something
American Graffiti, it was huge in the 70s, and it spawned a TV series that was pretty fucking popular. So American Graffiti was awesome. Not the second
Yeah, I got a
one.
question the other day that was like, do you think George Lucas is overrated as a director? And I'm like, well, one, I don't think he's like held up as a god of directors in general. And I can only remember like 8 movies that he's or not even 8. I can only remember, 6 movies that he's directed. THX, American Graffiti, Star Wars, and then the prequels.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. 6 movies.
So when he did direct, he was great. He just didn't like it very much. That's why he had other people do it. And Irving Kershner, who was his instructor at USC, did the best job.
The best.
Did
100%.
the best job.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he's a good director, but he was around a lot of he was friends with Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, Spielberg, John Milius. It was like, dude, that's a murderer's row of creative talent that will never be equaled, ever. Audrey CR on the Streamlabs side, 2 parts for $50. Now, before I start this, if you want to talk about a creative talent who's reworked other people's stuff, Alan Moore. What's he most famous for? Well, Watchmen is just, Charlton characters, and the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen characters already created. Yeah. Alan Moore. When he goes out on his own, he just perverts other characters too, most of the time. Alan Moore. Part 1, Gary 2, that clip on Normal World from the LOL Libertarian convention was hilarious. Please do more. Gary 1. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Fuck you. You got me. How does it feel to have representation in DC for 8 years? There you go. 4, with the retards in current administration and a convicted felon for the next 4. I feels great. I have actually, Trump's been convicted. Well, not convicted. Well, is it convicted? He hasn't. Yeah, he's been convicted of a lot more felonies than I have. Except for the felonies I was convicted for were actual felonies, like legit bad felonies. So I don't know. I think it all gets overturned. I think it all gets reversed on appeal, and I think it's just for optics. Yep. And it's really bad for America because guess what? Now both sides can use it. And it'll be weaponized, and you know who gets fucked? We the people. Benny is based as fucked, but fucked.
Hey man, it's just been one of those days. It's been one of those days.
It's this day every day with me. I don't care. But don't hang out too much. X-Ray Girl, you're highlighting it and I can't read it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
He's blind. Come on.
Yes.
I was going to help you out with the acronym.
There's an acronym in here? I see DSP. I know what that is.
MGS.
What's MGS?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. Thank you very much. But don't. So we'll start over. Benny is based as fuck, but don't hang out too much with the figs, or you'll get retarded. Watched Beardo playing Metal Gear Solid. I wanted to kill myself. DSP eating like a pig is more entertaining. I also agree with Jay. Hail the 199, and Jeremy is a fig. Poor Beardo catching strays.
What's up with that?
Well, that's what you get for like
it. Beardo is great. He's just been so friggin' hilarious on Tuesday Night Main Event. He's a good guy, Beardo. I like him.
That's what you get for liking Spider-Man 2. Sell out. Jake Sully for 50. Hey all. Looking for referrals for a new lawyer. Mine has been super busy lately with his wife, girlfriend, and his baldo. Any suggestions? Hail FNT. No shortage of lawyers out there. No shortage of lawyers. There you go. If you think you have a problem, go to a meeting. There's lots of numbers. There's lots of resources out there. Alec Baldwin's finger has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250.
Damn.
Hail. And he never misses, by the way. And he never misses. Lacurious for 50 Canadian pesos. Leslie Headland is proof that when Mike Judge made the movie Idiocracy, the only thing he got wrong was setting it 500 years in the future. Could not. You are absolutely correct. Those are facts. When they're watering the crops with what was the sports drink?
It's like
Frondo. Yeah. It's got electrolytes. It's so good. Luffy the Sun God, 2 parts for 40 British pounds, proper money. Hail the Fellowship. With the realization that Matt Smith is the last untainted doctor of his era and that Moffat failed to save Nurse What on ratings, it's a given that this show is a walking corpse. Has been before this even started. When you brought back David Tennant and that didn't work, it was done. And
yeah,
and it shouldn't be surprising. Can you list your favorite Tennant, Smith, and Capaldi episodes? I have Blink, The Satan Pit, Family of Blood for Tennant. Well, I would say Family of Blood for sure. I'd say Midnight for Tennant. Blink, but he's not in it very much. But Family of Blood is fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. For Tennant, Vincent and the Doctor, and the Doctor, A Good Man Goes to War, and the Doctor's Wife. I would add Asylum of the Daleks, a very underrated, amazing fucking episode where they chop up a girl and turn her into a Dalek. It's fucking hardcore. It is really hardcore.
Girl's like, no, don't spoil it. She's in the process of watching the show.
Well, it's been 10 years, X-Ray Girl.
That's on you.
There's a lot of great Matts. My favorite Capaldi episodes are The Mummy on the Orient Express and Flatliners. Fucking great episodes. Blackguard 4 has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for $100. Thank you. Fred Fisto for $50. Hail the Fellowship. Hail the Iron Age. Hail Penguin Random House for being impotent to stop me. Tomorrow I publish my second book, The Eccentric Detective Yamamoto. See, I got that one right. Strikes again. I used to work for a Japanese car company. Okay. I practically speak Japanese. What are you talking about? Wolverine Snicked has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Hail.
Wolverine.
Penguin Random House contacted us. I'm gonna just talk about X-Ray Girl because I'm gonna say no. So, it's not my speed. It's not what I do. So Penguin Random House is doing a audiobook with J. Michael Straczynski. Totally dig Babylon 5. Fucking hated One More Day. And I said no. So
were they trying to get like a paragraph or something or a foreword to the book?
No, they were trying to get an interview.
Oh, Penguin? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Penguin Random House Audio they're doing J. Michael Straczynski is doing an original audio adventure for Penguin Random House, and
gotcha.
because we applied for press at Comic-Con, we get stuff. We get like requests. I'm like, they have no fucking idea who they're talking to. Like, and I would really like if I wanted to talk to Michael J. Straczynski, it would be, tell me why you did One More Day. Let's just break this down in detail right now. That's all I want to talk about. I really like Babylon 5. Great show.
Yes.
And he's a good writer. He's done some great stuff. But One More Day, man. You want to talk about killing a character like overnight in a comic store? It was palpable. You could see it. And Spider-Man was never the same after that. Never the same. Pissed off so many people. And that's the first time I saw like publishers and people in charge really dig their heels in the sand and go up against the fans and go, nope, fuck you, we're right. Even though like sales were dropping, most fans were pissed off. They're saying undo this like right now. And they're like, nope.
That was literally after Civil War, right? It was a massive event just happened. And then right after that, stepping right in some shit and entrenching.
Dude, and the penultimate story that led up to it, Back in Black, was one of the best fucking Spider-Man stories. Kingpin set up the hit that actually, that Aunt May gets shot, right? So Peter finds out, and Kingpin's in prison, and then we find out how much Peter's been holding back. You always like that about the hero. Like, that's why they're the hero. And he breaks into prison, beats the fuck out of the Kingpin, and says, I can do this whenever I want. Just keep that in mind. You better hope she lives. You know, and that's Peter going like, I've been holding back on you. I could fucking kill you whenever I want. And it was fucking awesome. And then gets followed up with stupid shit. G8 Keeper for $49.99. This is only my second ever message. Well, we'll get that.
Thanks, man.
I found you maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Can't remember if it was you or Drinker I first saw. Think it was you, and you led me to everyone else. All right. Became a member sometime last year. I love you guys. I wish you all continued success. Thank you very much. And that's thanks to you guys. We can never thank you enough. This is a weird, wild, fun fucking job that none of us expected to have. Like, none of us. Well, maybe Shad, but but not me. Big Ounce for 50. This is the last one of the night, by the way. I got to take off. Hail FNT Gary, I just hung up a picture of me and the greatest captain of Starship Enterprise, James T. Kirk. Gary, the kingpin of the Fandom Menace. Well, as Ryan said, the Echo version. Who do you think your arch nemesis would be? Technology? A door? Audio settings? Words? Hail
fine.
the Ryan Johnson's twin. I don't even know what that is. All right. It's actually been a fun show. It's actually been a fun show.
You sound surprised then, Gary. It's like,
yeah, I'm
wow.
gonna be real. Like my cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt.
No.
It's funny.
This is
very funny show.
That's a normal Friday night for Garrett. So
That's right.
That's right.
That's why I've been off camera this whole time.
Oh my god.
Well, hang on.
Zorbu.
What cheeks
Is
he talking
Zorbu?
about?
Yeah. Zorbu.
I'm getting ready for the show on Sunday.
That's right.
I'm confused what cheeks you're talking about now, Garrett. I'm just.
You shouldn't be.
He gets probed at least weekly.
It happens. Okay. You just don't know what happens to you. It happens to you. Okay.
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 All right. Comics, what do you got coming up?
I got something coming up. I always change my mind what I end up working on, so I'm not going to say what's coming up next. I will have a couple more videos out next week, though. As always, great hanging out with you guys. Looking forward to Dallas.
Oh, you're gonna be. Oh, yeah, you're gonna be there. Of course,
I'll be there. I'm on the poster.
Cool. Shit, I should have got you a ticket. Monday the 10th at Cinemark. See if you can get a ticket, Comics, because a bunch of us are going. The Frank Miller documentary comes out. Where's that at? Cinemark. It's at Cinemark locations. All Cinemark. It's across the country. I think there's a 7:00 show across the country. The documentary looks fucking good. Looks good.
Okay. Where you get what city are you going to be in?
I'll let you know. I will message you.
All right.
So yeah, you should go check that out.
right, we'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't say videos. Don't say like you're going to do a Picard review.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that, Gary.
It'll come out. I have to do it because I said I was going to do it. I have a dead hard drive that has 20 minutes of that video recorded on it from San Francisco that I need to dig up. It was a good 20 minutes. It was solid. I fucking destroy Kurtzman. All right. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Ooh, I'm gonna be going to San Antonio, and I'll literally be in that house and help you with your streams.
Yes. You and Kara are coming over, and you're gonna go get drunk with my wife.
Yes.
I think you're
So
gonna
excited for that.
research the meetup location that we have for the San Antonio meetup,
Oh yeah, we have
and you're
to
gonna test all the drinks. Yeah.
just to make sure they're really good. You know, very good at that.
Makes sense.
I went to that place. I won't say what it is yet. It's fucking awesome. If we get the meetup there, that is going to be awesome place. Plenty big enough. That's cool. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you. It'll be fun. People invading my personal space. It's all good.
Yeah, it's always fun.
It's all good. Chrissy.
Hi. Oh my god, it was really having a really hard time with the baby today. Yes, a Simcast on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel, and then working on a couple of interviews, lining up a couple of interviews this week. Compound Media my show there is Mondays 7 p.m. Eastern on Compound Media, and then Thursday I do a show called Nightlife where we talk shit about a different sort of European city each week. Sort of people watching, we're commenting on the outfits, mostly just slut shaming. It's a good time. Come on over. Subscribe to the channel.
Bring back slut
It's
shaming.
fun being-
For Ryan's life. Like, I really want to ask Chrissy a question, but I don't think we have time to wait for the answer. Oh, Garrett.
Hey, bro. Love you, man. Sorry about all the issues. It's
all good.
It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days, you know.
I get
technical issues, man.
See for how bad it was,
dude. This was so bad, but I had a lot of fun. It was fun ripping Acolyte. Can't wait for next week when we're gonna get 2 full episodes of crap. Gonna be a whole hour. It's gonna be fantastic on the show, and that's it.
Well, okay.
on Sunday.
Space.
In fairness to you, this time, X-Ray Girl's traveling, and she probably has good internet. She probably could have done this stuff, but I'm going to put in the private chat like the source of a lot of our problems that I can't say.
Oh, I know the source.
You know the source.
Garrett's the new Gary. Sorry. Wasn't supposed to read that.
That's it. Shad.
Gary.
Chad.
Gary.
Shad.
Gary. So, I have something to shill.
Oh.
Have you noticed what I've been wearing throughout FNT today?
A Shad shirt?
A Shad hoodie?
It's the official Shadiversity hoodie.
Oh, that's
Available for a
awesome.
very limited time. Check
Ooh,
it out.
share the link.
It's based off of the Brigandines that I wear in my videos, but this is more casual, more wear. It's got like it's actually insanely good quality. It's got stealth
Is it
logos,
actually
stitching.
studded?
So no, but they're actually real stitching on it. And so these things are really top quality and they're available for a limited time. Check them out if people are interested.
Go get them.
Yeah. Other than that, heaps of swords and heaps of reviews and stuff on Night's Watch. Just cruising on, going forward.
Excellent. Ryan, before I want to plug our House of the Dragon. We're going to be doing House of the Dragon reviews right after the show every Sunday, live here on the main channel like we did last year. I can't wait. I think Ryan and I are going to do a preview show with that. We have Mahler, but Mahler won't be part of the preview show because we're going to get.
He doesn't want to get spoiled.
Because he doesn't want to get spoiled. I told him like, "What, dude? Don't look at the chat like the whole time you're here." But Ryan and I will probably do like a week before a preview stream, but it will be full of spoilers. Just so you know, I can't wait.
Us speculating on what could potentially happen. Yeah,
Yes. Lots of speculation, but there's theories that I want to get into as well.
Okay. I'm down. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
What day are we going to do the preview? The week before?
I think the week before. We should do it the week before.
So when does it come out? On the 16th?
Yeah, 16th.
So we're going to do it on the 9th.
9th. Yeah.
Which is the day after the meetup in Dallas.
Well, I'll
Gary will
be home.
be home by then.
I'll be home.
Okay.
He'll be home.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll be home. No problem.
I'm trying to work things out. I don't know if I'm going to be there at the meetup or not. So
We'll
still
te-
up there. I'm going to tease everybody till the end, I guess.
Yeah, we'll tentatively say the 9th. Something changes, it changes. But
I will be ready to go on the 9th for the stream for sure. I just don't know if I'm going to be in Dallas or not. That's
there
my
you go.
hope.
Right on.
I'm like trying to make things work. But
I can't fucking wait for this show. I
House
hope it doesn't
Dragon's
shit the
gonna be
bed.
so freaking good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks.
When is it coming out again?
16th.
June 16th.
Yep. Sunday.
Team Black, baby. What do you got coming up, Ryan?
More of the same. Geeks and Gamers, Sports Wars, my channel, all that good stuff. I'm sorry Chrissy's internet was so fucked up today and that she has to take care of a little baby, but it's all right. These things happen.
She has to take care of her baby. That's the most important part. That's all good.
The internet's pretty up though. Like internet's pretty close too. So,
You're pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, internet's kind of important if you're a streamer. I mean, but what can I say? I was on shitty internet last Friday. I couldn't even make Forbidden Frontier because I was in Tombstone and there's like no fucking internet. Like, even at
I
the
don't
good,
even know what internet is up there.
dude. We were in the good hotel, by the way, and it had no internet. But
damn, that
dude,
sucks.
Dude, watching Tombstone and Tombstone was fucking cool.
That was got to
cool.
get a. You have to get a. Fucking. What are they called?
Hotspot or
yeah, hotspot. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's justified.
Mine saved me a couple times.
Get one for you.
We'll have to get what's Elon's? Why am I brain farting?
Starlink.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I'm thinking of getting that. Starlink might be the way.
Well, I'll be hitting the road a lot, so I'm going to definitely get one. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. It's been a really fun show. It's a fucking mess, but it's a fun show. We'll see you next Friday with Mahler as we discuss the first episode.
Two episodes.
2 episodes. Thank you. Of Acolyte.
Acolyte! Oh, yay! I'm so excited.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, boy.
Bullet to the head.
Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. Square Up will be either Sunday morning or Monday morning. Not sure yet. And thanks to all the lurkers. Thanks to everybody who participated. And we will see you next. Oh, that's me. I got to do this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I got to take us out. Let's see if I fuck this up. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
I'll eat your ass.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame.